Weights have been lifted. Sprints have been run. Preparation for today's game is history. It's time to get it done. You're listening on MichiganSportsRadio.com.
A whole lot of points scored in a district football semifinal, and a couple schools break long conference championship droughts. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid. The first week of the football postseason is in the books, and there were a number of eye-popping notes from the 128 games in 11-player and 16 games in the 8-player. Maybe the biggest, literally, was the total points scored in the Waterford-Mott-Saginaw Heritage game. Mott won 77-63. Yes, 140 total points. That's 20 touchdowns. It's also the second highest combined point total in state history. Climax Scots beat Fulton in 2017, 84-62 for a total of 146 points. Our lowest scoring playoff game in round one went into overtime scoreless. In the first OT, East Jordan scored a touchdown and got a 6-0 win over Frankfort, giving East Jordan its first playoff win since 1999. Elsewhere, three three-win teams notched first-round wins: Brother Rice, Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and Benzie Central. And three four-win teams also won: Monroe St. Mary Catholic Central, Sterling Heights Parkway Christian, and Lansing Catholic. The Cougars knocked off previously unbeaten Durand, one of three 9-0 teams to lose in round one. There is one matchup of unbeatens in round two. 10-0 Tecumseh will tangle with 10-0 Riverview for a district title in Division 4. Game balls this week go to Gladwin Volleyball's Erin Brault. She had 31 kills, 18 digs, and 7 aces in a Jack Pine Conference quad as Gladwin won its first volleyball conference championship since 1978. Rockford Soccer's Brennan Karras, his first goal of the year was a game winner, sending the Rams to the semifinals and keeping their unbeaten record intact. And to Anchor Bay runner Thomas Westfall, he set a new school record in leading Anchor Bay to its first cross-country regional championship since 1999.
Need money for college? You need My Student Aid. My Student Aid is the go-to resource that helps Michigan families find money to pay for college. Plus, they'll guide you through the financial aid process and answer any questions you have. For grants, scholarships, and more, connect with My Student Aid, helping make college affordable for everyone. Learn more at michigan.gov/MIStudentAid.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with the MHSAA's Sam Davis.
A soccer match is about to start. One team is wearing their road white uniforms, the other is wearing their home blues. It's pretty easy to spot the referee in the middle of the field wearing a bright yellow referee jersey. But what if the home team is nicknamed the Yellow Jackets and they're also wearing bright yellow jerseys? Well, soccer officials come prepared. They have a number of different colored jerseys so they can wear something that contrasts with both teams. While yellow is the default color, they can easily change into a distinct uniform if needed, as red, blue, green, and black are also acceptable colors. They may even choose to wear a different color from what the goalkeepers are wearing. The last thing a referee wants to be is mistaken for a player on the field.
Thanks, Sam. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you are interested, go to the MHSAA website now to register. November marks the final month of the 2022 fall sports season. A number of sports have their MHSAA finals in the coming weeks. Boys and girls cross country will run at Michigan International Speedway on November 5th. A live stream will be available on the NFHS network. Boys soccer finals are also on November 5th. You can listen to all 4 matches on the MHSAA radio network or watch them all at MHSAA.tv. The girls' Lower Peninsula swimming and diving finals are November 18th and 19th. Division I is at Oakland University, Division II at Calvin University, and Division III at the Holland Aquatic Center. Action for both Friday and Saturday will be available to watch on MHSAA.tv. Volleyball will wrap up their season and crown champions in Battle Creek on September 19th. The semifinals and finals will be both on the radio network and MHSAA.tv. 8-player football finals from Marquette on November 19th will be on both the radio network and the MHSAA.tv, and then will re-air on Thanksgiving night on Valley Sports Detroit. And then the fall season ends with the 11-player football finals at Ford Field on Valley Sports Detroit and the MHSAA radio network. For matchups, start times, and more, please check out MHSAA.com. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by Michigan Student Aid, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll see you next week.
Away, a short kick that is taken at the 14-yard line with a being offset by Tyson Mann. Shimmies over the 30, burst to speed at the 40, right sideline 50, able to get away from a tackle, walking the tightrope at the 30, 25-20, all alone, 10-5, touchdown Granville! End around give Destin Piggy. Left side has a whole bunch of space at the 30. Outside the numbers 25-20. He's got a block at the 5. Diving down towards the end zone. Touchdown, Destin Piggy. He has 6 total touchdowns. Fake handoff. Keeper left side over the 45-yard line. Outside the numbers of the 40. 35-30. Left sideline 20. 15. 10. 5. Touchdown. 7 touchdowns for Mason McKenzie. And Caledonia has just about served this one up on ice. They pitch it right side, Cam Chandler, whole bunch of space, cuts it up, he's in! Unity Christian is the highest scoring team in the history of MHSAA football. And welcome to Game Night. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timworthy here. It is Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio, and welcome back to the MGN Road to Ford Field. We're in Division 5 tonight in Muskegon, at Muskegon Oakridge and Jack Sugar's Field for a classic, really shootout matchup here tonight, Chandler. Pair of 9-1 teams, clashing styles in this one. It's going to be a ton of fun. Belding looking to really rebuild this program to some of the heights they've been in years gone by, and this Oakridge program looking for what I think will be district championship number 4 in a row. So many storylines to get to this one, but mostly 9-1 on 9-1, both so good, and a clash of styles that's going to be a ton of fun.
Yeah, both teams, they match themselves in the regular season in terms of record, both 9-1, but Belding a lot more power football, run a version of the T offense. They're going to run the football quite a bit. They come right at you. They don't disguise it a whole lot. Versus Oakridge, going to spread you out. They use a lot of 4 receiver sets. Going to spread the football around a little bit more and use some of their speed. So a little bit different there, but both very effective.
Crowded press box, by the way, here tonight at Oakridge. It's going to be a really great atmosphere. Rain has let up. We had quite the downpour just a few moments ago before we got on the air here, and really the hours kind of leading up to it. But it's going to be interesting. Really beautiful new turf field here in the last couple of years at Oakridge as well. That is definitely going to be able to handle the weather well, and it's going to be a terrific evening all night long here at Muskegon Oakridge. All right, a lot to get to here on our Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we're going to go to a clip from our weekly MGN football tailgate report. You can check that out. We're done with our full episodes for the year, as the Granville Bulldogs, our normal team that we cover throughout the year, have had their season come to a close. But throughout the football season, we have the show. You can still go back and watch previous episodes on the MGN YouTube page. We broke down the matchup that we have coming up here tonight, and we'll go to that clip as well, and much more still to come here on the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show. Oakridge Belding D5 District Championship, going to be a ton of fun. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here from Muskegon.
The sinister cries haunted Mary through the night. Dawn neared, and still the voice tormented her. She ran towards the safety of her car, flung open the door, and a coyote had somehow gotten locked inside. But the damaged interior was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool, August 1st, 2015. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Recently, I read this statement. When it comes to developing intimacy remotely, sometimes it's better to be heard and not seen. That got me thinking, and I discovered that since this pandemic began, voice-only calls have increased by 78%, and the length of these calls has also increased. Today, Zoom is touted as the savior of business, academia, and keeping families connected. But there is some evidence that video apps make us feel awkward and unfulfilled. There's even an app available that rates your background when you're on Zoom. Then there's the phone,
which is basically a handheld texting machine, a social networking black hole. But mouth-to-ear communication is on the rise, and it is most welcome. Like I said earlier, sometimes it's better to be heard and not seen. At Centennial Securities, we love hearing from you, even if we can't always see you. If you're a Centennial client, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Centennial Securities Company, member SIPC and FINRA.
We'll give you the lowdown on our MGN game of the week. It's a district championship in Division 5. It's Belding and Oakridge, pair of 9-1 teams. And this is a really exciting game. I think we are really looking forward to doing this game for sure, because it is a battle of complete opposites when you look at how you may construct a team. A little bit kind of like what we saw last week, Granville versus Cal, in terms of how the formations are. Of course, they both just ran the heck out of the ball. Granville actually threw the ball more than Cal did until late in that second half, and actually for the entire game they threw it more. So what can you expect in this game? Well, you've got Oakridge, 3+ wide receivers at all time. They'll throw it around. They have a power back. They'll kind of run in between the tackles and bump off of guys. Meanwhile, Belding, they're on a power T. Kind of a unique look that we'll get to out of the power T, but it is a T. So the Black Knights running the T, the Eagles of Oakridge running a spread. Let's talk a little bit about these teams. Let's start with Oakridge. We'll get some of their season highlights up behind me when I get through what this team does on the year. So as I said, primarily out of a 4 wide receiver set. Sometimes they use a 3 wide receiver set with a wing back and H-back. That's how they'll run the football, and they run the football with their junior tailback, Trever Jones. Tough runner. He went for 263 yards, 4 touchdowns last week. Look to Trever Jones to lead the way offensively in terms of the ground attack for Oakridge. That's going to still want to be the base of their offense if they're able to get it going against a very tough front line on the other side of the ball. Then it comes down to Matt Danicek, their senior quarterback, a really experienced, really solid guy. He can spread the football all over the place, moves very well in the pocket if you do get some pressure on him. Not as much of kind of a downfield type runner, but Danicek, a guy that is very good at delivering the football, getting out, extending plays, finding receivers again to the spread field that he's going to have to work with. And he can move around in the pocket some. You know, he is at his best scrambling to extend plays and to make things happen, maybe more than just a guy that's, you know, scrambling like a Mason McKenzie that's scrambling out of designed runs. He can certainly move a lot, as almost all quarterbacks at the high school level can do to some extent, but he is such a good passer. He's one of those guys that's dangerous when he's extending plays to get the ball downfield, to find guys open. They've got, you know, a trio or even 4 or 5 really good receivers they'll put out there at one time. They'll do some empty sets as well, but Trever Jones running the ball, Danicek's going to throw it all over the place then as well, and that's kind of how they're going to be able to do things. They got a really tough defense, and of course, the D5 level, almost everyone's playing both ways. Trever Jones is going to lead the offense. He's also going to lead the inside of the defense at linebacker. So they gave up 42 points to Whitehall, which, of course, is a division higher team, and Whitehall has done that offensively to everyone. Outside of that, they've never given up, this is Oakridge, more than 19 points, and they've allowed less than 10 in 4 of their last 5. The outlier was the Whitehall game. So they're a great tackling team. They're opportunistic. They get turnovers. You saw in that last highlight coming back to September as well. They're very good picking off passes and making things happen. So, of course, Belding, not a team that's going to pass the ball much as their base, but when they maybe are forced to go to it, this is an Oakridge secondary that really can find a way to make you pay. So keep an eye out for that with Oakridge, a really fun team to see. And Belding runs something that's very familiar to us at game night, but also a little different. I mean, we did 2 T teams with both Zeeland West and Granville last weekend. They run a power T, but it typically isn't a tight 2 tight end T. They typically have 1 flanking wide receiver at least out wide. You see it right here in this first formation. They have their single receiver, Owen Meinke, out wide. So that you have to keep an eye out for, certainly, with what they want to do. 2022, their first outright league title since 1999 for the Black Knights, as they are, of course, now known formerly the Redskins. They run a T offense that runs that single wide receiver, single tight end, unique look. Their running back group, if you're a Granville Bulldogs fan, looking at what you want to do and listening to a game this weekend, tuning in still for us, an offense that reminds me a lot of the 2019-2020 Granville running back group. Asai Batter, senior left running back, kind of your bell cow back. If you're a Granville fan, a little bit like Marcel Love, he's maybe a little bit bigger than Love, but kind of your bell cow. A lot of times running between the tackles, running outside, getting it done. You see him score on this play right here in the middle. Coden McNeil, senior speed fullback, kind of like Cam Terry on that Bulldog unit. He's very fast, very capable. You see this formation they run right here is actually a wing T. They're going to do some of that as well. By the way, we just 2 backs and then one that moves on to the wing. So they do a lot of different things in their offense. And lastly, they've got Hunter Conrad, their big junior power back on the right side, kind of like Zach Vanderwest on that 19 and 20 Bulldogs team. So you've got the speed up the middle, you got the power back on the right, you've got the do-it-everything kind of well-rounded back on the left, plus they have a wide receiver to spread the field. This is a really, really good T offense, one of the higher scoring offenses in the state through kind of the first 5-6 weeks of the season for Belding, and they do a lot of very dangerous things to you. Because of that, Anthony Szubinski, their senior quarterback, just very apt at everything. Throws the ball very well, runs the ball especially very well. Very, very quick guy. So he makes plays in all directions. So Szubinski, perfect. Again, if you're a Granville fan, a Zeeland West fan, an MGN fan, you know all about the T offense and what it takes to do well, and this team certainly does those things very well. That is Belding. And again, the X factor of this team is going to be Owen Meinke, their senior receiver, and he plays that flanking receiver out wide, out of the tee on almost every snap. They have one tight end still, but they'll have him out wide. You pull one defensive back, you pull one guy out of the box, guaranteed. That's good to see, while still keeping some power with one tight end in there, so you don't completely have the field spread and only 5 guys up front blocking for you. So that's a really critical thing, I think, to be able to see. You see their running backs on screen, Batter, Conrad, and McNeil. In terms of their key players from last week's game that we had highlights of behind me. Also, again, Meinke and all these guys, lockdown corner, great defensive team as well that you've seen throughout the year. So that'll be very big when you've got a guy like Meinke that's good as a guy out wide defensively, as he is also offensively. It just is a really unique game in terms of how things set up, and I'm really excited to see Belding versus Oakridge this weekend. We're going to be at Oakridge, placed in their benches. It's actually be a little bit crowded. I know there's actually even a couple broadcasts that wanted to be there because it is such a unique game, 9-1 versus 9-1, and a unique clash of styles as well based on where they go next. Kind of who knows in terms of our continuing coverage. Again, we're not going, depending on who wins, we're not going up to the UP to cover Belding if they win, or Oakridge for that matter, but Belding more likely kind of Oakridge well covered by some of the other Muskegon things, and we're going to be bouncing around for a couple weeks. The goal, of course, is that we're going to be all the way to Ford Field again with coverage. It's just trying to find how we're getting there right now with some of what's happened in terms of some of the losses that different teams have had so far. But again, it's going to be a great one. I mean, it is completely opposite sides of the spectrum. The odd thing is Oakridge last week, despite being the spread team, ran the ball, as I said, 263 yards, 4 touchdowns for Trever Jones. So they're going to run the ball, I think, still. I think both teams are still going to try to run the ball first. Of course, the T is going to try to run the ball first. But even the spread team, I think, is going to be looking to do some of those zone running concepts and so forth. Maybe bringing that H back and going to more of their 3 wide receiver sets that they like to run out of, kind of like what Caledonia does. But then the pass game off that, Belding has a pass game built in more than most T teams, meaning that they always have a wide receiver. It's a unique look I'm really interested to see, and something I'm curious if you look at some of the talent Granville has next year, if it's something the Bulldogs may utilize more. Coach Stiegel talked about how they're always looking to evolve and add those little wrinkles like the single wing this year to their offense. So all that is really good and will be really fun to see. Belding and Oakridge, 6:30 p.m. on Friday, MichiganSportsRadio.com/MGN, and then, of course, anywhere else that you may listen to our MGN games. That will be that it can be a ton of fun. See the Black Knights and the Eagles in that one. All right, we'll step aside.
Daniel the deer danced everywhere. He pranced through fields and jigged through rivers. Then he saw it. What a stage! A place no deer had dared dance before. The hood of a brand new car. Hey, my car! And the car was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Deer Dance Floor, December 1st, 2014. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Welcome back to Oakridge. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Tim with you here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. Is the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show, CT, and little bit of time quickly before we'll have to quick step aside again here, but I'll quick hand it over to you first. Take us through some of the keys to this one. Of course, I just kind of set up, we know the things that these two teams do well, but it might be doing the things that they don't normally do well that might actually be a key to the game for each.
Yeah, I think you can look for both teams, kind of what their strength is, specifically on offense, and kind of figure out that in a game like this, when you've got two talented teams, they're going to try to take that away from you. So can they find another element that prides themselves on shutting down the run game? So they're going to have to try to establish that early on in order to kind of set the tone for this game and allow their passing game to be effective. But I think on the other side, Belding, you can almost flip the script exactly. Belding loves to run the football, but Oakridge going to try to eliminate that, slow that down as much as they can. Can they bring out some sort of passing game? Of course, you talked about how they like to split out a receiver. They've got some tricks up their sleeve a little bit, and this is the game that if they've got it, they need to use it.
All right, ton more to get to. We'll step aside one more quick time here. It is the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show, Division 5 District Final here. It's Oakridge and Belding from Muskegon Oakridge's Jack Sugars Field. A ton more to get to. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Game Night.
Cornerstone University.
The professors are very open to helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life that matters.
Need to replace that worn-out carpet or floor? Floor Coverings International makes it easy. They bring their mobile showroom to you. Save yourself the trip and gas shopping around. See a wide selection of carpet, hardwood, laminate, and vinyl in the lighting of your own home. Go to floorcoveringsinternational.com today for your free consultation. Work with one team for a hassle-free experience from the quote to installation. And each Floor Coverings International business is independently owned and operated, so they are local business owners in our community. Floor Coverings International, the flooring store at your door.
Hello, West Michigan sports fans. I am Mark Kimball. I'm president of the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame. This is our 50th year, and in our 50th year, we like to sit around and chat about all the great things that have happened in the world of sports in our community. I need your help in helping me remember which of those athletes, teams, and events were the most important or the most fun for you to participate in. We're running a series of surveys that are asking for your input in identifying your favorite sporting event over the last 50 years. Some of my favorite events were the very first Whitecaps game or the very first Hoops game. What were your favorite events? And then I like to think about who are the best athletes that we've seen in the last 50 years, both from a female and a male perspective. And finally, tell me who your favorite team is and what they accomplished over the last 50 years. I look forward to hearing from you on your favorite sports memories.
And welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Channel 10 with you here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. It is MGN's Road to Ford Field and the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pregame show rolling on through Oakridge and Belding here in Division 5 CT. Went through some of the keys. Let's talk about some of the matchups to watch. First off, the quarterback battle. Very interesting. Anthony Szubinski, the junior for Belding, the senior Matt Danicek for Oakridge. We obviously the different systems. They lead their teams in different ways, but both big parts of making plays and making big things happen for the respective teams.
Yeah, I think both going to play a huge role in executing for their teams here tonight. I think for Oakridge, Danicek, you ask him to read the field a little bit more. He's got a lot more open field to kind of see and then kind of make things happen from there. As you go along. Of course, in a T system, in the quarterback, you're gonna have to just play a clean game. I mean, you need to understand where the football's going at all times and do the best you can to keep things clean, and then also have the ability to make plays with your legs when the time is necessary.
Yeah, also, I mean, that's the pass game. You look at the run game as well. I think both these linebacking cores can have a big day because Trever Jones, it's more of a spread run system. He likes to run free for Oakridge. Of course, the T on the other side. The linebackers aren't always talked about. They're going to be very, very critical, though, in terms of what each of these teams are going to be trying to do if they are going to find a way to win this one. Again, as like you said, Oakridge, such a traditional power. I mean, they've had pretty much 2 coaches over the last 30, 40 years. Jack Sugars, who's the field's named after, Kerry Harger, their current coach. I mean, so many championships, so many district championships. I think it's going to be 4 in a row if they win. Belding, their first outright conference win since the late 90s this year. So this is a team that's rebuilding a very big program. They've got great facilities, a great brand as well, a new brand as well. They've had to change the mascot in recent years and have kind of redone some of that brand. But as you see, the Black Knights starting to find their way onto the field. Oakridge already in position for the national anthem. That's what you got. Belding trying to get that brand back to where it was, but Oakridge, the traditional power, looking to stand in the way. Of course, Grand Rapids Catholic Central potentially standing in both of their ways, but it adds one more interesting dynamic, CT.
Yeah, it definitely does. I mean, when you've got a team that's kind of been here and another team that's trying to prove themselves, you get that fun element here as both looking for a district championship.
Absolutely. All right. National anthem just about on deck. We're going to step aside. Be right back. Thanks for tuning in to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency pre-game show. When we come back, it's time for football. D5 District Championship game right here from Muskegon Oakridge.
A sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make your community a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Bowling is a great time that combines great friends, football, and bowling. Compete against your friends or family, throwing a football at 10 real bowling pins. You can bring in your own food, or they have a pair of 45-foot bars featuring soft drinks and adult beverages. Visit bowlingwarehouse.com, Grand Rapids, to reserve your lanes.
What would you do with some extra time? Shop Fastlane today.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime? Want to save lives? Do it all here. But you've got to go forward fast. Because today is now, and tomorrow is soon. And to get ahead of the game, you got to get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
And welcome back here. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you from Oakridge. Thanks to the Oakridge Marching Band for their rendition of the national anthem, and we are just about ready for some football. CT in this one. Belding brought their own banner. They're getting ready to bust through here on the field at Oakridge again. Our Erickson Stadium, Sugars Field here, new turf surface in the last couple years. A artificial green surface with blue end zones, Eagles and Oakridge written in either end zone. Muskegon Oakridge, your home team, in their home alternate gray uniforms. Numbers are blue, trimmed in white. The helmet's a vibrant blue with the Oakridge logo on the helmet. And for Belding, it's the traveling white uniforms, numbers in black. Pants are orange, and the helmet in the style of the Michigan Wolverines is a black base with an orange front part of the wing design and then white as the strands coming out the back of it. I don't quite know how to describe the three stripes, I guess it would be for Belding. And Coach Kerry Harger runs the sideline for Muskegon Oakridge, and for Belding it is head coach Monty Price, who has come down to Belding the last couple of years looking to bring his T system and bring this program back to some of the heights that they have been at in years gone by. Division 5 here, and you have a couple teams from way up north, including one from the UP. They'll be awaiting these two teams in the next round. It'll be then Grand Rapids Catholic Central in all likelihood. That would follow up as well in a potential next matchup following that for the state semifinal. It will be Oakridge in the home gray uniforms receiving this opening kickoff. Right to left across your radio dial. C.J. Kazmersky, the junior, will get ready to boot it away for Belding in just a moment. 12 minutes up on the board here. Trever Jones, the junior tailback, will be the deep man to receive. He stands back inside his own 5-yard line as Kazmersky marches his unit out. And we've got what has become all of a sudden a beautiful night for district championship football after some of the earlier rain, maybe still a little bit of rain coming on down. That'll be a story to watch. Kazmersky strides forward, right leg through the ball. It's a squib kick over the 30-yard line that's fallen on by the Oakridge up man right at the 30-yard line. And that is where we'll see the Oakridge offense for the first time get ready to run out on the field and get this unit underway. It was Chris Knapp, the slot receiver. That was, by the way, the one that fell on it. So on 30-yard line here, they will get ready to go to work. Senior quarterback Matt Danicek will lead the spread offense that scored 32 points last week in their win and averaged just over 32 points per game during this season. Ball starts on the left hash mark here for Coach Harger's offense, and Danicek looks to the sideline with the call. They open to the 4-wide receiver set. The tailback Jones will be offset to the left hip, right hip of his quarterback right here. Kind of a short shotgun formation. Belding brings 3 down linemen. Here's a snap, fired right side, caught 32-yard line and blown up out of bounds as Evan Miller, the sophomore, makes his first grab of the game for a couple yards. So they attack the flat on the first play of the game. Lakeshore Sewing features West Michigan's largest selection of all things related to sewing, from new machines and machine repair to supplies and even classes to take your sewing game to the next level. They also supply our Lakeshore Sewing threading needle play of the game. 2nd and 8 from their own 32-yard line. Ball moves to the right hash mark with trips left here for the senior quarterback Danicek. High snap, fake handoff to Jones. He'll throw it left flat, caught 31-yard line. Racing over the 40 is Knapp. He's got the first down over the 45 and knocked out of bounds to the 49-yard line. So they again attack the boundary, and a nice job running into space for the senior Chris Knapp as we see for the first time CT the chains move on another throw attacking the boundary right here.
Yeah, nice play where quarterback Danicek tucks it. Almost looks like a version of an RPO where if he sees open field, he can tuck and run. Instead, dumps it off and gets a first down.
Marked out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Ball on the left hash mark. No score early from the gun. 2 receivers to either side. Danicek, a couple of claps, now looks back to the sideline. Belding brings 3 down linemen to their traveling white uniforms and a standing edge rusher off the left side of the offensive line. Back into the gun. Tailback Jones to the right hip of the senior Danicek. He'll clap, high snap with the helmet. He'll take it and he'll run straight up the middle on a quarterback draw and is cut down over the 50 to the 49-yard line into enemy territory. The tackle made there by the sophomore linebacker Hunter Conrad on the tackle. So they get it up to the 49-yard line at 2nd and 5. This offense going to work with a little bit of pace right here, looking back to Coach Harger and the sideline right here. Again, home gray uniforms for Oakridge. They'll stay spread right here. Out of a 4-wide receiver unit, looking to the sideline for a longer call right here for Danicek and company. 10:48 and less to go. First quarter, no score. Oakridge on the move. 2nd and 5 from the Belding 49-yard line. Danicek to the shotgun. Jones to his left hip. 2 receivers either side. Now he'll shift Jones to the right hip. Left to right, slot receiver in motion. That's Cunningham. They give it to him coming around right side. Outside the right numbers, and he's cut down back at the line of scrimmage. Falling forward, he's barely able to get back to that 49-yard line as a strong tackle made on the outside by the junior Isaac Casey. Isaiah Batter also on the tackle. Falling ahead, they'll give him 1 yard up to the 48-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 4 right here for Oakridge.
They bring Cunningham in motion and give him the football going around the outside. He was trying to turn the corner, but was running out of room. Just picked up 1 yard, falling forward.
Danicek steps into the gun. Ball on the right hash mark. 3rd and 4 from the 48. Trips go left side. Snap to the senior quarterback. Give to Jones. He'll cut it up right side. Shy of the 45-yard line, lowers the head, and takes a big shot from Conrad. Face mask to face mask right at the 45-yard line. That's 1 yard short of the first down, and it looks like the offense will stay out for Oakridge as they look to go for it right here. Trever Jones, 18 rushing touchdowns, 2 receiving touchdowns on the year, went for 260-plus rushing last week as they bring in the power unit right here. So they bring one of the receivers off the field, and they bring the wingback in his place. Danicek from the gun, wing off the right side, 3 receivers set on 4th and 1 from the Belding 45-yard line. Danicek went to the hard count, looks back to the sideline. 9:15 and less to go, no score. Danicek stepping in. relays the new message. Defense crowding in here for Belding. High snap, Danicek rolling, looking to pass. He'll tuck it down, run over the 45, lowers the head, got the first down, and head to the 42-yard line. Lowered the head right into the tackling pile, and a really, really strong job to move the chains again. Isaac Casey, the junior, on the tackle, but a smart play right there with everything shut down for the senior Danicek.
Yeah, very quick on the decision there to tuck it and try to pick something up, realizing doesn't have a lot of time, finds some opening in the middle of the field, and lowers the shoulder to finish the run for first down.
8:47 less to go. 1st and 10 now up to the Belding 42-yard line for the Eagles. High snap, give Trever Jones. Runs it left side over the 40 and gets cut down right there, and a whole pile of Belding tacklers standing over top of him. Donovan Drew, the big senior, one of them in on the tackle. Drew, technically kind of a linebacker, but been playing some nose guard with different injuries and things that we've seen in recent weeks for this Belding unit. It's 1 yard up to the 41-yard line, the official mark for Oakridge. So it'll be 2nd and 9 with 8:20 to go. First quarter here. It is very dark already. Lights already illuminating the field here on this wet, muggy, but still cold night here at Oakridge. Danicek from the gun. They stay 3 receivers set with a wing back. Right to left in motion is Knapp. They give it to him. Left side on the end around. Turns the corner around the 40. Gets the 39-yard line with nowhere to go after that as a tackling pile, including Conrad, engulf him. So it's going to be 3rd and long right here. Those end around runs really haven't been going anywhere for Oakridge, and they've tried to break them out.
Yeah, they ran earlier with Cunningham going left to right, this time going right to left. But again, Belding there on the outside, keeping contained, forcing him just to try and turn it upfield and then holding him to short gain.
3rd and 7 up to the Belding 39-yard line. 7:38 to go first quarter. The spread offense kind of chunking their way slowly down the field right now for Coach Harder as Danicek steps in with the call. He'll roll back out left hash mark. They bring back a 4 wide receiver set with trips to the right side. Tailback Jones to the right hip. Chest high snap. Drop to pass Danicek. Forced on and flushed out of the pocket by Drew. He'll fire off his back foot, overthrown at the 25-yard line. Intended target was a diving Chris Knapp, and that will bring up 4th and 7, bring up decision time, and it looks like decision time will be to keep the offense out and go for it right here for Oakridge. So a good chance right here early for Belding after a little bit of movement to lock things down and get the first stop of the football game.
We talked about linebacker play in the pregame there. Casey, linebacker for Belding, able to come up and provide some pressure in the face of Danicek. It looked like Danicek wanted to tuck it and try to get as much yardage as he can, but the pressure there forced him to try to throw it down the field in an incomplete pass.
All right, 4th and 7 from the 39. They'll go for it. Matt Danicek has 12 passing touchdowns on the year. 4 wide receiver set. Helmet high snap. Danicek back to pass. Look to throw it. Now he'll tuck it down. He'll run. He's got the 35 to the 30. First down. Breaking a tackle to the 26-yard line and angling out of bounds. Conrad chases him out. But again, Danicek making it happen with his legs. Talked about it on the tailgate report. Talked about it pregame. He's a pass-first guy, but he moves well side to side in the pocket, and a couple times when things have broken down, he has made this Belding defense pay.
Yeah, definitely going to give the passing game an opportunity, but been very quick in recognizing that the routes down the field are not going to be open, tucking the ball, and then making happen what he can.
Mark is the Belding 27-yard line, 1st and 10, with 7:08 to go first quarter. Oakridge driving right here. A pair of 9-1 teams looking to extend their season in a Division V district championship game. Danicek from the gun, left hash mark. 4 receivers set with 2 to either side and a long call in from the sideline. He'll relay a new message. Danicek, where's number 3 in gray? Snap to the senior at the chest. Drop to pass. Has some time. Fires deep right side. Looking for the end zone. Caught. Touchdown! Oakridge on the board. Chris Knapp, the senior, out of the slot, wide open, able to get the separation, get into the end zone, and Oakridge strikes first with 7:02 in the first.
Just go route right from the slot that time. Gets behind the defense. Nice throw from Danicek. Able to float it up over the top. And the completion in the end zone.
That's receiving TD number 4 on the season for Knapp. And Oakridge will go for 2 right here with a early 6-0 lead in this one. Danicek relays the message. They'll spread them 4 wide with trips to the right side at the goal line. Snap to Danicek in the pocket. He'll tuck it down. Angles, runs. Right side, big hole, and sprints his way into the end zone. 2-point conversion. Good. 8-0 Muskegon Oakridge. Are you looking to get your kids active this winter? Michigan Sports Academies has something for everyone, from national level travel teams to weekly clinics. Programming is available for volleyball, basketball, soccer, and lacrosse in Grand Rapids, and now on the Lakeshore in Holland and Muskegon. Visit MichiganSportsAcademies.com for more information and to register. The Grand Rapids Turkey Trot is coming up Thanksgiving Day. Click on the banner on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage to register and save $5 on registration. And remember to move your feet before you eat. Also, as we've been hearing all season long, what is the most memorable, best favorite sports event that you have witnessed in West Michigan or involving West Michigan teams and athletes? The GRS, or the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame, I should say, wants to know. Visit GRSHOF.com to let them know, of course, celebrating their 50th anniversary. All right, Oakridge now gets ready to send this away. The senior kicker, Ryan Cribbins, with the ball on the tee. He'll boot it away left to right now with a fresh 8-0 lead. Pair of deep returners back inside their own 5-yard line right here for the Black Knights. Cribbins marches forward, right leg through the ball, twisting short kick, taken on the run at the 11-yard line, up the right hashes. It is Bryce Flynn. Flynn broke a tackle over the 40-yard line and dives in the tackling pile ahead to the 44. Good starting position as we'll see this unique T offense from Monty Price find his way onto the field again. You can expect a base power T like you see from Zeeland West, like you see from Granville, but a split-out single receiver that they also will bring in. That's the senior, by the way, Owen Meinke, that'll be that out-wide receiver. All right, Anthony Szubinski, 5'7", 160 pounds. A tough, a little bit smaller quarterback, but man, he can really get a lot done for this offense. Where's number 0 uniquely as well? They split out that single receiver all alone out wide to the left side. 1st and 10 on 43-yard line. The Black Knights, quick, go into formation, and they will go to work. Give to the fullback, Coden McNeil. He'll drag it over the 45-yard line for a gain of a few, and pushing into the pile, McNeil gets the gain of 4 up to the 47-yard line. So McNeil on the carry, he's the senior. Aside batter, another senior in the backfield, and Hunter Conrad, the starting unit for this team. They'll have a deep unit that also we can expect to see all day long. 2nd and 7 up to the 47-yard line right here. Again, under center, Szubinski gets ready to go to work out of the single tight end tee. Give to Asai Batter, the senior tailback, and he jumps right into the line of scrimmage with nowhere to go and is shut down back at that line of scrimmage at the 47-yard line. That'll make it 3rd and 6. Good job locking in big, tough inside of this Oakridge defense, CT.
Yeah, they're going to try to make it difficult for this Belding team to run through the trenches there. That time standing strong. Batter been one of the big play backs for this offense. An offense that scored a lot of points, but that time just barely back to the line of scrimmage.
All right, down 8-0, 5:53 to go first quarter. Belding early, a 3rd and 6 from their own 47-yard line. Szubinski under center. Single tight end tee. Give to the big fullback, Conrad. Drags into the pile and falls forward to as far as the 49-yard line, but he's got a long way to go still on 4th down. Early decision time already here, as it's actually going to be marked to the 48-yard line, so early decision time, 4th and 5 here for Belding. They run Batter off the field. They bring Jack Ward, the junior, on. I'm curious to see what they're going to do right here. And I believe this looks like a potential punt. They're lining up out of the single wing formation, which is something we saw Granville do quite often this year. Short shotgun. Snap here to the junior quarterback, Szubinski. He'll roll to his right side and quick short leg a punt off that rolls inside the 20-yard line, gets an even better roll inside the 15, inside the 10, and with Coden McNeil standing over top of it, they'll touch that ball up at the 6-yard line. So they get a good punt out of it, but the offense goes 3 and out with nothing going for the Belding offense on their first attempt. I think they're going to have to go back to the drawing board a little bit, so to speak, Chandler, after that first drive of the game, as we see Oakridge, who had a very good first drive, to say the least, as they marched down the field and scored. They will get ready to come back on the field. This week's Family Fare tailgate special of the week is all-natural Angus boneless beef chuck roast is $3.97 a pound. Check out that and all the specials at shopfamilyfare.com. So, from their own 6-yard line, Oakridge's offense, already 1 score on the board, gets ready to go to work. 4:55 to go in the first quarter, an early lead in this one. Danicek gets ready to operate out of a 4-wide receiver set with trips to the right side from the left hash mark. Danicek, where's number 3? White towel off the right side of his uniform. Snap high to the senior. Give to Jones, left side, breaking away from a tackle over the 10-yard line. Outside the numbers 15, he'll get pushed out of bounds, but not after he was able to just get enough for the first down and move the chains. Good quick run on the outside zone to Trever Jones on the stretch. Actually, they're going to mark him out of bounds before he was able to fully turn that corner right back at the 15-yard line, so that will make it a 2nd and 3 from the 9-yard line right here. 2nd and 3, 9-yard line, 4:48 to go first quarter. And they go back to the 4-wide receiver set with trips to the right side here. From the gun, Danicek claps, snaps the helmet, throws right flat, caught on the screen over the 15-yard line. Stutter step move made at the 19 and spun down over the 20-yard line is Braden Cunningham, the junior, on the grab. He's got the first down. Oakridge moves the chains. 4:40 and less to go first quarter. And again, they're attacking the boundary. Short passes, easy passes for Danicek using his legs, and they set up the one deep shot that scored the touchdown, but it's been a pretty efficient, quick offense early.
Yeah, it's been a nice balance of running and getting the ball out quickly on some easy throws to the outside. Able to sustain one drive, the distance go for the touchdown, and then a good start to this one after they were backed up.
1st and 10 from their own 21-yard line. 8-0 Oakridge at 4:14 in the first quarter. Danicek moves Jones to his right hip. They go 4 receiver set with trips right, isolate the sophomore, Evan Miller to the right side of the line. Now Jones moves to the left hip of the quarterback. Clapping a high snap over the helmet to Danicek. He'll run it himself, straight left side here. Got a block set up by Jones, busting over the 20. Angles outside the numbers 25, turns on the Jets over the 30, and walks out of bounds right there along the marker. He'll be just shy of the first down. Looks like they're going to initially just say that foot went out at the 29-yard line, but that does make it second down and short right here with 3:55 in the first. After a good quick run by Danicek to the outside, he's really shown off the wheels early. He got 8 yards there, 2nd and 2.
Yeah, designed quarterback run, power to the left side, just able to continue to bounce it a couple different times, give a shoulder fake going back to the inside, and then continue to bounce and pick up 8.
All right, they'll spread them again. 4 receivers set, 2 with either side this time. 2nd and 2 from the 29-yard line. Snap to Danicek, give to Jones, straight up the gut, lowers the head. He's got the first down in the 33-yard line. That's all he needed, and that will move the chains. Big inside of that defense. Levi Linebaugh on the tackle, but Jones is such a tough runner, the junior, and he's able to move the chains right there. You don't normally always equivalent a power runner with kind of the speed zone spread running system, but man, it's worked out. I mean, obviously, he has an 18 touchdown, so obviously it's worked out.
Yeah, it's worked out pretty well for him, and you can see there just when he needs to, can lower the shoulder, has the power to run through, but also has the speed to be effective in the spread offense.
1st and 10 from the 33. Snap to Danicek, throws right side, caught screen at the 36-yard line by Knapp, shifts over the 40-yard line and is cut down from behind to head to the 43. Tackle made from behind by Gavin Craner, the sophomore outside linebacker. And that will be enough to move the chains right on the mark. So they give him the 43-yard line. That moves the chains for the Eagles one more time. 3:07 to go first quarter, 8-0. Interesting to watch this offense. Spread offense, attacking the boundaries. They're the team right now that's taking time off the clock while still efficiently passing the ball still down the field for the most part. It's a unique attack, and it's definitely worked early. All right, they'll get ready to go back to work. Danicek, the senior quarterback, wears number 3, steps into the gun. Tailback Jones to his left hip. 4 receivers set on 1st and 10. High snap. It's a straight run. Left side. He's tugged down in the backfield, straight down by the face mask, and I don't see the penalty marker come out. It was Levi Linebaugh that got the hand right on the face mask and brought him down. There is some laundry there. It is out of the pile. That'll be a face mask penalty, and about as clear of one as you'll see on that tackle.
Yeah, Danicek trying to break that one right up the middle. Got dragged down. You could see his head turned awkwardly there as the defender got the hand up to the face mask. Both the side judge and the back official there both throwing the penalty flag.
And there is the call. So that'll be a free first down and free move into Belding territory. 2:39 to go first quarter. 8-0 Oakridge, and the Eagles on the move again. Of course, thanks to the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency as well as Centennial Securities, our presenting sponsors here with Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. And if you out there listening are interested in joining with us here at MichiganGameNight.com, you can check us out at migamenight@gmail.com. That's our email. You can find all of our information on our website as well. We're always looking for new presenting sponsors, new partners. We've got some really, really cool things coming up for the winter, so I can say it for that as well, and we've got some cool stuff coming up right here as Danicek gets ready to go back to work from the shotgun. 1st and 10 from the Belding 43-yard line. Tailback to the left hip, high snap over the helmet, settled down by Danicek. Straight quarterback run up the gut. He'll get the 41-yard line before he's shut down in the middle of the defense. Owen Meinke, the free safety, runs on in to make that tackle, but a tough gain of 2 for Danicek on that run right up the gut. Something interesting to watch, and of course kind of a wet night as well. A lot of snaps nearly over Danicek's head. He's had to jump for. That's something to watch for.
Yeah, we wondered what what kind of impact the field conditions would have as the rain no longer coming down. But of course, the turf going to be wet yet as it's going to hold some of that rain that was coming down very hard as we arrived to the stadium here. So you can tell the ball a little slippery still on the snap. going back to the quarterback.
Oakridge moving left to right across your radio dial. 1.5 minutes to go, first quarter. They've got a 2nd and 8 from the Belding 41 and an 8-point lead. Snap to Danicek, chest high, drop to pass. Little jump pass, floated ahead to Jones at the 40-yard line, racing into the open field and spun down past the 30 by Conrad to the 26, 27-yard line. Nice little drawn-up play for the first down right there. Jump pass, and the speedy tailback busting his way ahead for the first down.
They've been running the quarterback power. This time run a fake off from that. It looks like Danicek going to drop the shoulder and try to run again, and then just jumps up and floats it over the top, gets it to his running back in space.
1:05 and less to go, first quarter, up to the Belding 27-yard line. The Eagles in the home gray uniforms continuing to work and getting a long call in. They'll go back to the shotgun. Trips left side. Single receiver isolated right is the sophomore, Evan Miller. Danicek, the senior, steps into the gun. Jones, the tailback, to his right hip. Belding brings 3 down linemen right here and showed a little bit of pressure off the right side of the line. Snap high to Danicek, give to Jones. He'll run it left side. Defender slipped, cuts it up over the 20, got the 15-yard line. Tackled from behind by the free safety, Meinke, ahead to the 10-yard line. First down and first and goal right at the 10-yard line for the Eagles here with 30 seconds and less in the first.
Yeah, that's what can really be effective about this Oakridge offense when they've been throwing the ball out quickly and able to attack the boundaries. Then they can hand the ball off to the running back and just run to the outside where he's got some spaces. The box going to be spread out. It's hard for Belding to stack the box and try to stop the run game when they have to respect the outside throws like that.
They give them the 9-yard line, 13 seconds and less. Looks like we'll see one more play here from Oakridge. First and goal from the 9. They go back 4 receiver sets to the ball on the left hash. 2 receivers split out wide either side. Danicek puts wrap in motion, and now we've got whistles down, and we've got the end of the first quarter. All right, 8-0 Oakridge, but they're threatening again. They've got a first and goal coming up from the 9-yard line. We'll be right back here from Muskegon.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
For over 60 years, Earhart Construction has successfully built some of the most well-known structures and facilities across the West Michigan landscape. Providing a distinctive construction experience for our clients has been Earhart's priority since the beginning, and it continues to be their primary focus today. We can't wait to make your next commercial or residential project a reality. Contact us today by visiting earhartcc.com.
And welcome back. Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you here. Second quarter, Division 5 District Championship game. Oakridge leads Belding 8-0, and the Eagles are threatening as well. First and 10 coming up, CT from the 9-yard line right here for the Eagles, and it's been the spread team, the Eagles, that have been taking a lot of time off the clock. They've been very efficient, and now they've got a chance to put up a 2-score lead early over the Black Knights and put the T offense in a hole.
Yeah, it's been 2 very impressive drives for the Eagles to start this game off. One of the first one ending in a touchdown, now back inside the 10-yard line, looking to repeat that.
All right, they will go to work. First and goal from the 9-yard line. Fresh 12 minutes up on the board. Matt Danicek, the senior quarterback, 1 passing touchdown to the fellow senior Chris Knapp already in this ball game, and he'll relay the message in here from the sideline, Coach Harger. They'll go to work, 4 wide receiver set, tailback offset to the right hip of the senior quarterback right here. Belding brings 3 down linemen. High snap, it's a straight quarterback draw. Cuts it up right side at the 5-yard line. Stiff arm inside the 5, outside the numbers. Diving for the pylon. Touchdown Oakridge. What a run by Matt Danicek. Put the stiff arm on, finds his way rumbling across the field into the end zone, and Oakridge leads at 14-0 with 11:52 in the second.
Yeah, Danicek making the play with his legs there. He's been running the football a lot on this drive, going right up the middle, bouncing off a tackle, and then accelerating, running horizontally, and then able to outrun the defenders to the corner of the end zone. You can see he had a gain of about 5. Looked like he was going to be brought down there, and then completely bouncing it outside.
All right, Eagles will go for 2 once again, and with the ball in between the hashes, they'll spread them 4 wide with 2 receivers out wide to either side. Already that 14-0 lead, looking to tack on right here. Danicek in the gun. Jones wears 34, the tailback to his left hip. Defense crowds in. Snap to Danicek. Chest high. Drop to pass. Fires right side. Caught at the goal line, and it is not good for the 2-point conversion. Now, Izondo made the grab, but was just shy of the goal line as he fell down for that one. So 2-point conversion, no good, but Oakridge with a second score on the board. 14-0 Muskegon Oakridge over Belding. We'll be right back here from Oakridge.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car?
Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Are you looking for a new career? Aetna Supply is hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com/careers or click on their logo on the Michigan Sports Radio homepage.
Welcome back. Bryce Flynn with the return over the 35-yard line for the Black Knights, backing his way into a pile over the 45-yard line and able to get the 46. So good return for Flynn right there for the Black Knights as they get ready to set this offense back up once again, Chandler. 11:43 to go, second quarter. 14-0 is the Oakridge lead after they punch their way into the end zone again. So now Danicek, one through the air, one through the ground. Terrific game so far for the senior. I think leading our Centennial Securities Player of the Game award race so far. But this Belding T offense has got to get points on the board this drive. I mean, we watch T offense of the Grandville every week. It's all about managing the football game, and they certainly are already in that position right here. They will go to work right here out of the single wing formation. Quarterback Szubinski from the short shotgun. He'll run it straight left side with blockers. Cuts around the corner at the 45, has the 50, and lowers the shoulder over the 45. He'll be right around the first down as he dives his way out of bounds. So that is an interesting look right there. That's an interesting thing that we've seen with Grandville all year. Coach Stiegel's been running the single wing, and we see Belding bring out the unique single wing look right there, and they get it up to the 46-yard line, and we'll have a second down and very short coming up because of it.
After the first series went 3 and out, only picking up 5 yards immediately, making a switch right there. We'll see if they stick with it, but trying to get their offense jump-started with some different formations here.
They will again right here. All the blockers loaded up to the right side. Szubinski from the shotgun. Low snap. He'll run it straight up the gut. Has the first down and lowers the head ahead to the 41-yard line. Good run by Szubinski. One more time. Julian Primer on the tackle. And interesting how they change up that look and they run back-to-back plays from the single wing. And it works pretty well, back-to-back plays. I mean, Szubinski, 5'7", which I think is a perfect height, by the way, 5'7", 160 pounds. He just lowers the head, and he's really, really just a tough guy to bring down because he's got speed, too, just a bowling ball as a quarterback.
Yeah, really, I mean, can be effective in the running game when he's able to get behind his offensive line and can find a lot of different areas there to try to squeeze through.
First and 10 from the 41-yard line. Snap here to Szubinski. He'll run it straight up the gut again out of the single wing. This time, the defense was all over him and slam him down at the 40-yard line after a gain of a yard. That'll make it 2nd and 9 right here as the defense caught on to the quarterback dive right there out of the single wing.
It looked like the Black Knights just going to continue to go back to the well there until Oakridge showed that they could stop it. That time bottled up a little bit more. See now if they have to go back to their traditional offense here, if this is a look that they've prepared for and have multiple plays in the playbook.
14-0 Oakridge as we tick under 10 minutes to go second quarter. It'll be 2nd and 9 up to the opponent 40-yard line here for the Black Knights. They break it out, and they will go back to the T right here. Monkey, the single receiver, all the way out wide to the left hash mark. Single tailback, or single tight end, I say, to the right side. Give to the stretch running back, Conrad, over the 40. The sophomore lowers the head and dives out of bounds to the 39-yard line. That makes it a 3rd and long. Again, just nothing going on that play. They go to the power back, Conrad, trying to stretch it around the left side, and he's cut down. It'll be a 3rd and long coming up here for the Belding offense.
Yeah, Conrad is not a guy you want to run into on the outside. Very big body, very difficult for the secondary to come up and try to make a tackle, but they're able to wrap him up around the legs and bring him down for a short gain. Now this Belding offense find themselves in another difficult spot, backed up in a 3rd and long.
Conrad, the sophomore, 210 pounds. They'll again go back to the single wide receiver T. 3rd and 7 from the Oakridge 39-yard line. Szubinski rolls right to pass, has some pressure coming, fires off his back foot downfield, caught 25-yard line, and twisted on ahead for the first down by Cunningham is Monkey, and they move the chains on the pass play. Well, that's why you keep that single receiver out there. Monkey able to run free, able to get away from Cunningham, make the grab, and get the first down inside the 30-yard line to the 23.
Yeah, having that split-out receiver as part of their offense that they run quite often allows them to, in situations like that where it's a more passing down or more obvious passing down, they're more suited to execute in those situations and there get a big conversion.
Back to the 10, 1st and 10 from the 23. Batter, McNeil, Conrad, the backs. The split end is Owen Meinke from the 23. Give to the fullback, up the gut, McNeil. He'll push the pile to the 20-yard line, mark him back at the 21 right there. And it'll be 2nd down and long after Primer makes another tackle on the inside of this Oakridge defense. Big Oakridge defense, Chandler. They're big on the front line, big at the linebacking core, athletic in the secondary as well. They'll change up the unit right now. The offense will. Jack Ward, the junior, who has 4 rush touchdowns on the year, will come in for Coda McNeil, who just ran the football right there. Mark is the 21-yard line. 2nd and 8 right here for the Belding Black Knight offense. We tick under 8 minutes to go, 2nd quarter, and a 14-0 Oakridge lead. Back to the single wide receiver, T. Meinke, the split end, right side. Snap to Szubinski. Turn, give, up the gut to the racing fullback Ward, who busts his way over the 15-yard line and falls past the tackling pile for the 1st down of the 11. A big burst of speed on the trap up the gut and a 1st down for Belding.
Ward getting his first carry. They're able to break through the line of scrimmage. Another running back that's tough to bring down once he gets through the first wave. Picks up another 1st down for this Belding offense.
Mark will be the 12-yard line. 1st and 10 from the 12. Szubinski races back in from the sideline. He wears number 0. Traveling white uniforms with orange pants and the distinctive classic Belding helmet in the style of the Wolverines, using black, orange, and white. They'll break it out one more time. Meinke, the split end receiver to the right side. Single tight end T. Szubinski under center. Offsets the right foot in front of the left. Turns, delayed give. It's a quarterback keeper left side. He'll cut it up at the 15-yard line with a stutter step. Bounce outside the numbers at the 10 and gets twisted hard out of bounds inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Trevor Jones on the tackle along with Matt Danicek. 2nd down and medium here after Szubinski able just to extend that play for 3 yards all the way out wide and get inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
Right into the wide side of the field. Szubinski trying to find somewhere to turn it up. Just continued to run towards the sideline, eventually picking up a couple yards there. It's now this Belding offense trying to make something happen in the red zone.
2nd and 7 from the 9. Single receiver split out to the right side. Ball on the left hash mark. Szubinski, turn, give on to a side batter. He'll run right into the line of scrimmage with nowhere to go, and he'll get maybe the 8-yard line. I think to mark him right back down at the 9. It'll be 3rd and 7 right there. Nothing for a side batter, the senior, 6 foot, 175 pounds. He's their 3-down back guy, and he has really had nowhere to go. We've seen that at T offenses. Your left back, kind of the every down back, the fullback, the speed guy up the gut, the right back, the power back. Batters had nothing as that left back.
Yeah, 2 carries so far, has not picked up any yards from scrimmage, and tell this Oakridge team keying in on him, trying to make sure he doesn't impact the game. And so far, through 2 carries, they've been able to shut him down.
3rd and 7, 9-yard line. Single wide receiver, T formation, tight end left, wide receiver right. Receiver's Meinke. Here's Szubinski. Give up the gut to the fullback, charging over the 5-yard line, twisting down towards the goal line. Jack Ward with the ball, and he'll get into the end zone. Jack Ward twists his way on in, the junior. We've seen a couple different fullbacks. Both he and Coden McNeil have been used. Ward has come in with some great runs out of the trap plays, and he just blows his way through the 2nd level of the Oakridge defense into the end zone, and Belding's on the board for the first time, 14-6. With
good field position off the kick, able to drive down the length of the
will break him out. They will go for 2. Split end left, tight end right. 3 backs in the full house T backfield behind Szubinski. Offsets the feet under center. Fake handoff. Bootleg right to pass. Throws. Wide open target. Donovan Drew, the tight end, hauls it in right side of the end zone. And the 2-point conversion is good. 14-8. Belding on the board and within a score with 5:45 in the 2nd. We'll be right back here from Jack Sugar's Field and Oakridge.
Don't just find yourself, make yourself. Start businesses, build bridges, save lives, raise a whole city. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer. Chandler, one more time. CJ Kazmersky, their junior, will get ready to boot this one on away. Miller, the deep man, inside his own 5-yard line on the return. And Kazmierski. It's a squib pooch. First one back, he'll dive over the 35 to the 39-yard line. 40-yard line. It's been an efficient attack so far, Chandler. We'll see if they can break out that efficient attack once more right here with 5:40 to go in the second. They have a one-score.
Ate up quite a bit of clock on both of their drives, looking to tack one more on here before halftime.
All right, Danicek rolls his offense out. They go bunch trips to the 40-yard line. Quick cut move over the 40. Races over the 50. Dragging Conrad with him ahead to the 47-yard line where he pushes his way out of bounds. That's a first down on a tough run from Trever Jones early. I've established their physicality down the stretch already with the lead in this game.
Yeah, definitely Jones, a guy that if you continue to give him multiple carries, he's going to be effective as a strong
7-yard line, 14-8 game. They this time bunch the receivers, 3 of them to the right side. Single receiver isolates left. From the gun, Danicek will go to work 5-yard line and drugged down by Conrad into the secondary at the 30. Another first down. Trever Jones opening up the game with his legs right now. Quick cuts.
Opening back up to the left, sticks the foot in the ground, able to cut it back through the middle of the field. Another 10-plus yard carry on first down.
Danicek will again operate the offense. They go back wide this time to a 5-wide receiver set instead. Empty backfield. Danicek went hard count, now looks back to the sideline right here for a new message from the coaching staff. 4:53 and less to go, second quarter, 14-8 Oakridge. Again, they'll keep him spread, 5 wide. Slot on the left is Trever Jones. They bring Jones in motion. They'll give it to him on the end around at the 30. Cuts it up over the 20, the 25, or cuts it up over the 25, down to the 20-yard line, ran into the back of the defender, falls down to the 20, and that puts him 1 yard short of the first down. Good gain of 9. I felt like that was a pretty well telegraphed play where you can maybe figure out they're going to try to give a different look to the Jones run, but it works again. It's 2nd and 1 up to the 20-yard line.
Yeah, Jones getting him around. That came from before he was brought down, just a yard short.
They'll go back to a 4-wide receiver set here. Trips left side with the ball on the right hash mark. Danicek, the senior, relays the message to each side of his offensive line and steps into the shotgun. Tailback Jones to his left hip. Defense crowding in here. High snap, fake give, read option keeper up the gut. First down, diving ahead to the 16-yard line for Danicek. He'll move the chains on the quick little keeper off the option right there. Conrad on the tackle, 3:48 and less to go second quarter. And a 1st and 10 in this efficient Oakridge offense looking pretty darn unstoppable right now. They're taking time. They're working their way down the field. They're putting points on the board at the end of each drive as well.
Yeah, everything seems to be working right now for the Eagles offense. On the previous drive, it was Danicek with his legs moving the ball down the field and eventually punching it in. This time Jones got them so far.
Second quarter, 14-8 Oakridge lead. And whistles cut the air, and a timeout is called from the Oakridge sideline. So Oakridge going to quick reset things right here with 3:16 to go in the second quarter. They lead this one 14-8, and we will be
covered thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool, August 1st, 2015. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
This may be a good time to think this through. If you're in relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very.
Welcome back. Danicek, give Jones. Left side, cuts it up over the 10-yard line and twists his way down to the 8 before the tackle is made in the secondary. 2nd and 3 coming up from the 9-yard line right here as they ran that play quickly out of the timeout there. Let it tick all the way down. I think they're doing what they can to take all the time off the clock and get into the locker room with a 2-score lead here.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. They've been moving at a pretty slow pace usually, but now, especially with the clock on their side, is they're in a spot to do some damage.
Danicek from the gun, bunch quick in the left slot, give to Jones. He'll run it left side, cuts it up at the 10, kind of a stutter step move, pushing a pile down to the 6-yard line, and a late penalty marker came out as well. There might be an unnecessary roughness tagged on to the end of that hit. We'll see if maybe there's a hold as well. We'll have to wait to see what this call is right here. He was trying to turn the corner on a slow developing run play right there.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been another face mask. Jones' helmet as he was turning it towards the corner of the end zone looked like he might have got yanked on the face mask.
All right, we will wait for that call as the officials will go over it, and it sounds like it will be a face mask. So face mask penalty comes out, so that another mistake. Interesting to see 2 of those like that for Belding at this point in time. 2.5 to go, second quarter, 14-8 Oakridge. They should have a fresh set of downs coming up right here. That is the call. So, roughness call against the face mask. And that, of course, is the automatic first down. Also, the half distance to the goal makes this an even more manageable now 1st and goal situation for the Oakridge offense with 2.5 to go in the second quarter. Danicek will look into the sideline for the call right here. They'll change out the unit a little bit as they bring a wing back in for from the sideline. 2:14 and less to go. Clock running down. Second quarter. 14-8 is the Oakridge lead in this one.
Yeah, a bit interesting. Belding does have 3 timeouts remaining. If they wanted to stop the clock here and try to buy themselves a little bit of time, they're choosing to let it play out right now.
And now we do have a timeout, and the timeout is called by Oakridge because they ran that play clock down to nothing. So 2:01 to go, second quarter, 14-8. Oakridge, the lead over Belding. Will stay with you, of course, thanks to Scott Bates, Farmers Insurance Agency, Centennial Securities. Stay with us for the Centennial Securities halftime show coming up in a minute during this game break. We'll bring you inside the press box right here, CT. I mean, critical point in this game. If Belding can find a way to keep Oakridge off the scoreboard at all, but at least maybe just hold them to 3, that's big. I mean, we finally see Belding find the way down the field, get on the board, but they're in a tricky position, I think, right here with how efficient this Oakridge offense has been and how the Oakridge defense also looks like they may have a stop or two in them.
Yeah, definitely going to try to come up with a goal line stand right here and keep the Eagles off the board going into halftime. Looks like the offense might have figured something out. It's an offense that's put a lot of points up throughout the course of the season, so they feel like, if they're able to keep this game close, the offense is going to figure it out. But needing a stop here as Oakridge has been moving the ball pretty effortlessly up and down the field.
Yeah, absolutely. So Danicek and company get ready to go to work. It'll be first and goal from the 4-yard line when they break it out of this timeout. Home gray uniforms for Oakridge, gray top, gray bottoms, numbers in blue, helmets in blue, traveling white uniforms with orange pants, and the Belding helmet design, we'll call it the Michigan-style helmet, black with orange and white. They go to work out of the I formation right here under center. Danicek, give to the deep back Jones. Second man through, big hole right up the gut, and he'll split the defense into the end zone. Touchdown, Oakridge. 20-8, Trever Jones into the end zone for the first time. They go under center for a snap. They go I form, and they blow their way into the end zone to the deep back, Trever Jones, 157 in the second.
Well, that's something I know you love to see. A team that is normally spread out, multiple wide receivers in the goal line, going to an I-form power football, going right behind the lead blocker there, powering into the end zone. Jones, a very impressive drive, racking up the yardage.
I mean, there's nothing really much more, especially for these teams, more effective than when they do it. I don't know why teams don't do it. I like power football in general, but it works down the field, but maybe try the different look. And look at that, big hole Trever Jones and your big back in the end zone for the first time. Today, they go back to the I form one more time. They give it to Jones one more time, and he dives into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Ball came out at the end, but after he already broke the plane. 22-8, Oakridge over Belding. 1:57 to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer with you. 1:57 to go in the second quarter here in this Division 5 district final on the MGN Road to Ford Field on game night on Michigan Sports Radio. Oakridge 22, Belding 8. Oakridge on the board for the third time in this game. They have not been stopped so far. Ryan Cribbins, their senior, gets ready to send it away to a pair of deep men in just a moment for Belding. Belding does get the ball to start the second half, so a chance that they can score in under 2 minutes here to maybe have that game tied right back up. It'll be interesting, though. Cribbins will send it away. It's a squib kick that bounces past the 40, bounces past another deep man at the 30-yard line, fielded on the jump by Flynn. He'll take it over the 30 and gets cut down from behind as a penalty marker also comes in from behind. I think there might be a block in the back or something possibly coming against Belding. We'll have to wait and see the call right here, but an awkward play. They went to the little squib kick, almost like a hard onside kick is kind of how it came off, and it just rolled by a couple of up men for Belding before the deep man had to take that one.
Yeah, the Belding return team has been doing a nice job setting up with good field position on both of their possessions so far, but that time some miscommunication as the ball was bouncing freely, and then an illegal block is going to set them back a little bit as they're going to have to go nearly the length of the field, backed up, and under 2 minutes to go.
It would be 82 yards. They have to start at their own 18-yard line here after the holding penalty and legal blocking penalty right there. 1:51 to go. Second quarter, 22-8 Oakridge, and this T offense will quickly run out of the huddle. Anthony Szubinski, the junior quarterback, runs the offense. Single wide receiver Monkey out wide to the right side. 4 down front for Oakridge. Snap to Szubinski. Give up the gut with nowhere to go to Jack Ward, and the fullback is shutting out the line of scrimmage. Then a late penalty marker came flying in as well. I think there may have been a late hit thrown on Ward there out of the scrum.
Yeah, Ward never brought down to the ground. He was just stood up, and there was multiple Eagle defenders around him. Looked like the whistle had blown. They were trying to break it up, and Ward ended up tumbling to the ground. Not exactly sure how much contact there was or if she got tangled up, but regardless, looks like a personal foul and going to be a free first down.
It is. So the earlier penalty negated now by this penalty for Oakridge. 1:41 to go. The clock stops momentarily late in the second quarter. 22-8 Oakridge, and Belding looking to try to make this an interesting game if they can get a score right here, and they do get the ball to start the second half. They will go to work with the ball in between the hashes here, quickly moving up just shy of their own 35-yard line at the 34, 1st and 10. Wide receiver out wide to the left, his own Mikey, the senior split end. Batter, Jack Ward, who's got their touchdown. Hunter Conrad, the running back unit behind Anthony Szubinski right here. Oakridge brings a 3 down front with 2 standing edge rushers. Snap to Szubinski. Give right side is Bryce Flynn running over the left side of the line now, stretching it outside the numbers, past the 35. He'll get the 37-yard line. So it's Flynn in on that play for Hunter Conrad, maybe more of a speed unit offensively for Belding. We tick under a minute and a half to go second quarter. 22-8 Oakridge, 2nd and 7 from the 34. Belding's offense has to work quickly. Belding does have all 3 of their timeouts, though, by the way, as this clock ticks under 1:15 to go. Left hash mark, single receiver right side out of the tee. Snap to Szubinski, drop to pass, has some time, clutches, fires deep right side, looking at the 30-yard line and overthrown by 3 yards for Monkey. Clock stops with 1:05 and a 3rd and 7. They had a chance, that throw on the mark. Monkey, he had maybe just a little bit of separation, a chance to break it over top of Cunningham, and now they'll have to reset right here as we see Szubinski try to go deep down the field for the first time.
This Belding offense having Mikey split out there. They love to run him on a go route, and a lot of times seeing one-on-one man coverage on the outside. His team's just going to try to throw one defender out there and still play the run and stack the box, so that they try to get Mikey going down the field, but overthrown slightly.
It's a unique look I really like out of the tee, and I think you've seen why it's been one of the more effective offenses in the state early in the year. Give to a side batter, big cut move over the 40 and dives to the 41-yard line. We go inside a minute to go. It's going to be 4th down and medium after a couple-yard gain right there. We'll see what they decide to do as we tick under 50 seconds to go. I think we see the unit change out a little bit as Colton McNeil will come in, and they bring out their punt unit right here. So it's either going to be maybe a quick single wing run. They got 2 receivers right. It is, at first look, maybe like a fake punt. Instead, it comes on to Szubinski. He'll run straight right and boot away a high tumbler that kicks down inside the 35-yard line. It's down to the 34. So with that, as Mikey downs it, Oakridge will take back over. Just under 30 seconds on the clock, 22-8. And if there's one offense that can stretch it down the field, it's this one, and they can, again, Belding gets the ball to start the second half, but the way this game has gone, a chance for Oakridge to start to already maybe put it away in some respects here if they can really find a deep shot here, but it hasn't been the most aggressive offense. I don't think they're going to risk throwing the game away either. So, Danicek and company, they will go to work from their own 34-yard line. 3 receivers will split out wide to the right side. Single man isolates left is the senior Ty Maitland. Tailback Jones. Offset, here's Danicek, relays the message. Jones goes to the left hip. 3 down front on the other side. Snap to Danicek. Straight drop to pass. Fires left flat. Caught by Jones. Over the 40. Blown up to the 45-yard line. That will move the chains. And he gets out of bounds with 23 seconds. So good quick hitter in the flat. 23 seconds. Still 1 timeout for Oakridge as well. And a chance to maybe 1 more of those. Get yourself in position to take a couple shots down the field.
Yeah, it was Belding who you thought was going to try to quickly go down the field and tack a score on. Instead, they give Oakridge some time to work with a timeout, and an offense that's been rolling.
1st and 10 from their own 45-yard line, and a 22-8 lead here for Muskegon Oakridge. 23 seconds to go in the second quarter. Trips right, single man left, the ball on the left hash mark. Snap right back at the 45-yard line.
Knapp running the quick out route there, just trying to get the ball in his hands and then give him an opportunity to either turn it upfield or try to get to the...
All right, 2nd and 10, 45-yard line. 20 seconds on the clock, late second quarter, 22-8 Oakridge. They've already got a 2-score lead. Danicek will go to work with a 4-receiver set. Again, it's Three receivers out wide to the right. Single man isolates. That's Maitland left. Here's a snap thrown right flat. Caught by Arop. He's got it over the 45-yard line, ahead to the 47, where he's gang tackled and shut down. It'll be third down and medium. We tick under 10 seconds. It doesn't look like Oakridge will be in a hurry to call a timeout, and I believe we are going to run to halftime. That's exactly what we're going to do. At the half, Oakridge 22, Belding 8. We welcome you quickly then into our Centennial Securities halftime show. Interesting first half. Belding showing those signs of life, getting the one score, but shut down on their final drive. But the main storyline has been this Oakridge offense. They've taken time off the clock. They've been efficient down the field. They've really never even had any tough third down type scenarios. Really one you can think of with Danicek running for it.
They've looked like they came out ready to play. They've been very effective. They've had a game plan balance both in the running and the passing game, moving down the field, getting multiple players involved. It hasn't just been a one-man show in order to score. And, yeah, the only possession not resulting in points was the shortened rip before halftime.
A lot to get to still here in our Centennial Securities halftime show, so do not go anywhere. Oakridge 22, Belding 8 at the half in this Division 5 District Championship game. We'll be right back here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio.
Michigan Sports Academies offers quality youth sports in Grand Rapids, Holland, and Muskegon. With a wide variety of programming, MSA has something for new athletes who are just starting out to experienced athletes looking to take their game to the next level. Year-round programming is offered in basketball, lacrosse, soccer, and volleyball. Your athlete will love the quality of instruction from experienced coaches and state-of-the-art facilities conveniently located in Grand Rapids and along the lakeshore. Check us out at MichiganSportsAcademies.com.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
AHC Hospitality is hiring for several open positions at its downtown hotels. Starting pay is $16 an hour paid weekly with medical, dental, health benefits, hotel discounts, and more. Positions include front desk, housekeeping, restaurant, and management roles at our 5 premier downtown hotels. Visit ahcjobs.com to jumpstart your career at one of 5 world-class hotels in downtown Grand Rapids, including the Amway Grand Plaza and the JW Marriott Grand Rapids. Again, visit ahcjobs.com.
Each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard.
Fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. This is the Centennial Securities halftime show, 22-8. Oakridge as well, and then we'll get to plenty more throughout this halftime show. Oakridge scored first, 7:02 remaining in the first quarter. Danicek found Knapp on a 27-yard strike, and then Danicek added the 2-point 9 yards out. They were no good on the 2-point conversion, 14-0 at that point. Belding got their lone score of the game with 5:45 to go in the second quarter. As Ward scored from 9 yards out, Szubinski found Drew for the 2-point conversion, 14-8 game. But then Oakridge, a really tough drive down the field one more time. They score with just under 2 minutes to go on a 4-yard run from Trever Jones. Jones also adds the 2-point conversion, 22-8. That's your halftime score. Chandler, take us through some key stats from this first half.
Starting with Belding, it was 2 pretty short drives with a touchdown drive sandwiched in the middle there, leading the way. Rushing yards, Szubinski, 21. Ward, the touchdown, along with 15 yards. Batter with 10. McNeil, 6. Szubinski did have 1 completion for 16 yards, and that was to Meinke. For Oakridge, on the ground, Jones, 87 yards. Danicek, 43. Knapp, 2, and Cunningham, 1. Through the air, Danicek, 87 yards. That was Knapp leading the way with 3 receptions, 51 yards. Jones, 2 for 25. Cunningham for 7, and Ropp for 2.
You look at this game, it's so interesting because you had those storylines that we expected, the running team in Belding, the T offense that you would think would control the clock versus the spread team, and a team that still has thrown the ball quite a bit for Oakridge. Amazing the way that they have shortened the heck out of this football game. I mean, like you said, just 2 drives for Belding. One they scored on, the other they got down the field a bit, but eventually got shut down. So they've only had 2 chances to get on the field. Meanwhile, Oakridge has scored 3 times. I mean, a real masterclass of how to win a playoff football game today from this team.
Yeah, it really is. And I mean, yeah, exactly. Flip the script on kind of what you'd maybe expect, more of the power team to try to run more of the clock off, control, and score on their drives that they had. And instead, it was the exact opposite. The team that usually has some big plays and spreads you out a little bit, able to march their way down the field, had some big plays, but also just controlled the football and marched down the field, capitalized off of it too. They didn't have to punt the ball, didn't turn the ball over, and very successful possessions.
Tell me a little bit about Matt Danicek. One through the air, one on the ground. I have been so impressed by this senior quarterback, how in control, composed he is at all times. He's made some things happen with his legs. We've seen the precise pass game on kind of a slippery, tough night as well. He really is the reason why this Oakridge offense has been able to do what they've been able to do tonight.
Yeah, you can tell he just looks comfortable in this offense and knows where he's looking on pretty much every play. There was a couple different dropbacks where the passing game was covered up down the field. The secondary had it covered. He just quickly tucks it and starts to run. Has seen him run the quarterback power as well, be effective when his number is called in the running game, and throwing a couple nice passes down the field, hitting the ball to his receivers as well.
A lot more still to get to here on this Centennial Securities halftime show. 22-8, Oakridge leads Belding in this Division 5 district championship game at the half. When we come back, we're going to take a buzz around the area, take a look at some of the other scores. Of course, MichiganSportsRadio.com with so many great games going on throughout the area, including the big matchup between Forest Hill Central and Mona Shores, the big game, of course, between Rockford and Caledonia. We've got the Muskegon Coopersville game and so many more across the area as well. So we'll take a look at some of those scores and all that's going on and much more. Still a lot to break down, but again, at the half, 22-8, Oakridge leading Belding in this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on Game Night.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA. A place no deer had dared dance before. The hood of a brand new car. Hey, my car! And the car was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Deer Dance Floor, December 1st, 2014. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
The sinister cries haunted Mary. Cody had somehow gotten locked in. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616.
The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Securities halftime show. As always, as we like to do at our halftime break, we check the Michigan Sports Radio out-of-town live scoreboard. Remember, MichiganSportsRadio.com along with all the live broadcasts. Also, you can check out live scores and a ton of things going on right there with some really interesting games from around. By the way, Whitehall leads, if that still is accurate. Zeeland West leads St. Joseph 20-7. Muskegon, Coopersville, kind of an interesting battle going on right there as well. I mean, Coopersville such a tough-dated score. South taking care of Bering Springs. So all that going on, make sure you check out the Michigan Sports Radio live scores pages, schedules, recaps, much, much more. I mean, a game recap of this game and every other game we have going on are available. Nick Turian, all our great writers do such a really cool. You can check us out online on Twitter and Facebook at MI Game Night. Also, our YouTube page is also Michigan Game Night. Actually, at MI Game Night. YouTube recently added handles that you can do onto your page. So at MI Game Night for Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Also, MichiganSportsRadio.com/and well. You can find all of our content going on. All right, we're getting closer as we continue to wait for warm-ups right here. We're getting closer to the winter season as well. I know a lot of people don't want to hear it yet, and there's so much exciting still going on at the end of the football season, but we've got a lot coming up this winter on MGM, and we have our kind of what will be our broadcast intro, but here's a little bit of a teaser of what you can expect here on our...
To head over the timeline to Gable. Gable strikes to the basket, elevates, slams it down, over to the 3. Good! Oh my goodness! Out to the point, Rosema, innocent space, shot, scores! 2-goal lead for the Bulldogs, 4 unanswered. Line, giving on to Titus. Titus angles, pull up shot for the lead, good! Brady Titus, a scream to the heavens after he knocks it down.
Still have almost an entirety. There's Chandler. We almost have an entirety of a football playoff run still coming up, but a ton more exciting things that are coming up here still this winter on MGN, and a lot of really fun things that we'll get into more and announce more on our social media coming up. All right, 22-8, and warm-ups are coming up. Both teams, as the band clears the field, they're going to find their way out for warm-ups here in just a minute. So with that, we are at the break in this one. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Hiring. Aetna Supply is Michigan's #1 plumber wholesaler, servicing local customers for over 50 years. They offer great benefits, a 401k with company match, quarterly bonuses, and no Sundays. Once again, check them out at aetnasupply.com.
Into helping whenever they can.
Academic excellence, character-driven athletics, Christ-centered community involvement.
Cornerstone has been a great opportunity for me to grow as a leader, just being able to approach people and be warm and welcoming and hospitable.
Experience it for yourself. Attend a Golden Eagle Day at Cornerstone for a taste of campus life and the chance to meet faculty and staff. To arrange a visit for your high school junior or senior, go to cornerstone.edu. Cornerstone University. Build a life.
Looking for a great place to buy a used truck or car? Check out Extreme Truck and Auto Center, located at 1098 O'Malley Drive in Coopersville. They have a huge selection of trucks, cars, vans, and SUVs. Stop by their lot or give them a call at 616-384-3777. You can check out their inventory at xtacenter.com.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, Centennial Securities halftime show. All right, CT 22-8 at the half. And this one, by the way, we do have an official score update, 3-0. Rockford over Caledonia, though I'm sure many of you listening to this probably have a better idea of what's happening in that game than we do, because you've probably been tuned into that one quite a bit on Michigan Sports Radio as well. Simply put, you're going to talk about scoring in this first drive, but they got to find a way to kind of flip the game script. Normally, it's like we mentioned a moment ago, you expect the T team to be the one that's controlling the game script. That has not been the case so far. The problem is they can't necessarily get into what they want to do game script-wise because they trail by 2 scores right now.
Yeah, that's kind of the problem that they find themselves in here. In order to get back to that game script and kind of try to take that over, they need to score here on this first possession, get themselves back to a 1-score game, and then they can kind of try to start to run some more of the stuff that they traditionally would to try to flip this game back in their favor. But you saw them mix up their formations, go to the single wing there on the drive that resulted in a touchdown. I think you continue to see them mix up their looks a little bit, continue to throw the ball down the field. They tried a couple shots down the field with Mikey, split out wide. I think they're going to have to continue to try to utilize that pass game, because the power run game, for the most part, was being shut down by Oakridge.
For Oakridge, Chandler, you don't want to say the key to the game is keep it up, but that's a little bit of it. I think the one thing that they may do that they went to more is the run game with Trever Jones. He was able to really start getting some good yardage. Then you don't have to risk going to the air at all as well. I think that's where you're going to see this offense probably emerge to a little bit. If they continue to get the 5, 6, 7, 10 yards of pop type runs they were getting with Jones, you might as well just keep that up, matriculate the ball down the field the way you were, except now do it even safer, because rather than screens, you're just doing it by running the ball with your big tailback.
Yeah, I think they just have to really play a clean second half here, avoid turning the ball over, which they've done a great job of that in the first half here. I think you start to run the ball with your powerful running back, Jones. They also use Danicek in the running and the quarterback power game as well. So when you've got both of those guys able to run power out of the backfield, you can go between the tackles, or you've seen them try to run around the outside as well and be effective there, and can really now afford to run some clock off.
All right, both teams returning to their respective sidelines after warm-ups. Oakridge with the lead. Belding will get the football to start the second half. The Black Knights in their traveling white uniforms, numbers in black, trimmed in orange. The pants are orange as well. The helmet a black base with a winged helmet design. The front part of the wing, those coming off of the wing are white. As Belding sends a pair of dangerous returners, Flynn in particular, we've seen bring the ball back a couple times, will look to return this ball right here. Mikey, your radio dial or your computer screen or your phone or tablet or whatever I'm supposed to say if you're listening via internet radio, as I don't think. Sia Gray moves forward with him. Right leg through the ball yard line and into a tackling pile at the 48. Pretty nice return right there as well, as it was bounced straight ahead to the up med, and that's Pablo Velasquez, the up man, that got the ball in that quick little driving kick that we've seen a couple times. Midfield starting position and a must-score drive for Belding, CT.
Yeah, a couple times they've had tremendous starting field position right between their own 40 and 50-yard line. Once again here, just short of midfield, and desperately need some help here in an offensive drive sustained.
All right, Szubinski under center. Single receiver, Mikey out wide to the right, out of the tee. Szubinski turn, give to a side batter over right guard, and he gets shoved straight backwards or nowhere to go. The inside of that defense engulfs him. Dakota Smith, the big defender in the third quarter. Oakridge trails by 2 scores and get ready to, Oakridge leads by 2 scores, and Belding looks to reset things right here. It's the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame's 50th anniversary. They're looking for your help. Make sure you go to GRSHOF.com to participate. All right, Belding breaks her out one more time from their own 47-yard line. 2nd and 11, right hash mark. 11:17 and less to go, third quarter. Szubinski under center. Single receiver right. Turn, give, straight up the gut to the fullback, Coden McNeil, and he's shut down at the line of scrimmage. Again, it's the big boy, Dakota Smith, in the middle of the defense, shutting him down. Brody Jennings helps on the tackle, and it's 3rd and 11 right back at the 47 again for them.
It's just been really tough sledding, and the defensive line for the Eagles, you can tell their size has given the Black Knights some issues along the offensive line. The 3 starting running backs in the backfield for the Black Knights are in single digits for rushing yards, just not able to break anything down the field.
Forward progress does get him 1 yard. 3rd and 10 from their own 48-yard line. 22-8 Oakridge, but Belding with the football here with 10.5 to go. Third quarter, they need a score. Anthony Szubinski under center. Fake give, he'll look to keep it, and he is engulfed in the backfield. 4 Oakridge Eagles engulf him as he tries to turn the corner. It's Dakota Smith again leading the way, and it's a loss of 4 or 5 and a 4th and very, very long. Back to the 41-yard line coming up right here. 3 big plays by the big guy inside, Dakota Smith.
Yeah, blew that one up from the start. Szubinski was trying to get around the outside and just too much pressure, never even able to turn it at all. He was met in the backfield and wrapped up.
All right, 4th and long. It's going to be 4th and 16 here, back to their own 42-yard line, and we will, in all likelihood, see the Black Knights punt it away right here. Szubinski punts from a short punting formation. 2 blockers right side. He'll roll to his right, boot it away, low twisting punt. Gets a good bounce at the 25-yard line. Rolls inside the 15, and Coden McNeil will touch it up at the 10. So that worked out very well. He barely got that ball off the side of his foot. It streaks down the field, rolls inside the 10-yard line, and here comes the Oakridge offense. They have not been stopped so far in this game. Danicek has 1 through the air, 1 on the ground. Trever Jones pounded in as well. They've been efficient, they've been tough, and they have found a way to take time off the clock while also really never facing any sort of challenge as well offensively. They lead 22-8, and they start at their own 10-yard line with 9.5 to go in the third quarter. Matt Danicek gets the call in from the sideline. They'll go to a 4 wide receiver set to start with the ball in between the hash mark. The junior tailback, Trever Jones, will be in on this play to start out at running back. He has the 3rd score of the game for the Eagles. Belding brings 3 down linemen. They'll have a standing edge rusher as well, watching off the end of the line. That's Jack Ward, the junior, who's got their lone rushing touchdown in the game on the other side of the ball. Jones shifts from the left to the right hip of Danicek. Here's a clap and a snap. Danicek, he'll run it up the gut on the quarterback draw. Cuts it up over the 15. Has got the 20. Burst to speed over the 30 and gets tugged down from behind to the 32-yard line. Tackle made by the junior outside linebacker, Hunter Conrad, but a big gain. They get out of the shadow of their own goal line. They move it up over the 30 to the 32-yard line on the speedy legs of the senior Danicek.
Yeah, we've got 2 guys in the backfield like that both use their legs effectively. Jones has had a big day already, over 80 rushing yards. You fake the handoff to him and then run the power with Danicek up the middle, able to weave his way through, reach from behind. Otherwise, he was going to go long ways on that one, probably still be running.
1st and 10, 32-yard line. Ball to the left hash mark. They go trips right, single man isolated out wide to the left side is Maitland, the senior receiver. Snap to Danicek, give out of the gun, over right guard onto Jones. Busts away from a tackler over the 40 and gets shut down from behind, pushed on to the 42-yard line. Good run, he'll have the first down. They'll give him the 43 on the forward progress, so Jones gets 11 and moves the chains to the Eagles right there on a tough run. He ran right into the back of kind of a pile of a defender and his own man, able to bust past it and move the chains to the 43-yard line.
It's been a couple times where Jones, weaving through the secondary, some of the hardest contact he's faced has been running into the back of his own receivers, blocking down the field, which that's probably a good sign when you've got your receivers locked up on blocks and creating some holes for you that far down the field.
Up to the 43-yard line. 4 wide receiver set with spread in either direction. Rapp goes in motion left, right. They fake it to him. Keeper left side. Danicek at the 43-yard line. Twisted down in the backfield. Never able to turn the corner. He'll dive ahead back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a 2nd and 10 set up for the Eagles right here. So 2nd down and 10 right back at the 43-yard line right here for Muskegon Oakridge. They lead at 22-8 with 7:50 to go in the 3rd quarter of this Division 5 District Championship game. Danicek, the long look into the sideline for the call right here. This is a team that they don't huddle up, but they take a while. They get that signal in. They set the offense, and they'll go to work. 4 receivers set, ball left hash, 2 receivers to either side as Danicek finishes relaying the message to his unit. He'll step back into the shotgun. Tailback Jones to his right hip. Snap to Danicek. Drop to pass. Now he'll tuck it down. He'll escape the pocket right. Has some pressure. He'll tuck it down over the 40. Turn the corner 45. And angle out of bounds to the 50-yard line. That makes it 3rd and short. Again, Danicek, Chandler, so composed. When the pressure's coming, he's willing to tuck it down. He's willing to get the yardage. He does so right here. The foot initially went out of bounds at the 48. That's where they'll mark it. That makes it a 3rd down and 5.
And Danicek never giving up on the routes down the field. You can see even as he's forced right out of the pocket, keeps his eyes down the field, still trying to see if something opens up, decides that there's nothing there, and gets a nice gain.
Danicek from the gun, trips left side in a bunch, 3rd and 5, 48-yard line. Give to Jones, left side. He's almost brought down to the backfield, stiff arms a man at the 48, tugs his way over the 50 and gets shoved out of bounds by the strong safety Tyler Slocum to the 48-yard line. He's a yard short of the first down. It'll be 4th and 1. We'll see them keep the offense on. But interesting thing to note, I'm pretty sure every time they've gone to that trio bunch formation, they've run it that way with the tailback. An interesting thing kind of picking up with this offense and what's one of their more quote-unquote power looks out of a spread team. It'll be 4th and 2 officially on the mark at the 49-yard line. So they give him the 49 just in enemy territory. 7:10 to go, 3rd quarter, 22-8 Oakridge. And they will go for it just in enemy territory. Big chance for Belding right here, CT.
Yeah, a chance to get a stop here, which would be huge as they haven't done so, but also get the ball right at midfield, the chance to jump back into this game.
Trips right, Danicek into the gun, Jones the back. High snap, he'll run it up the gut. Danicek pushing the pile down to the 45, has got the first down. Danicek dives right up the gut, has the first down. The sophomore Gavin Craner on the tackle along with Jack Ward. That will move the chain. So we go under 7 to go now in the 3rd quarter. Oakridge doing a good job bleeding the clock right now as well on this drive. Also remember, Family Fare Tailgate Special Week is all natural Angus boneless beef chuck roast. It's $3.97 a pound. Check out all the specials at shopfamilyfare.com. 6:43 and less to go, 3rd quarter, 22-8. Oakridge over Belding. Danicek steps back into the shotgun. They go trips right, single man isolated left is Maitland from the shotgun. Tailback moves to the left hip. High snap to the senior quarterback. Give to the junior tailback Jones. Cuts it up over the 45-yard line. Has some space over the 40. Lowers the head down to the 30-yard line. He'll have the first down right on the marker, maybe not. Looks like on that initial mark, there's actually a discrepancy between the two sideline officials. They're going to mark him 1 yard short. Mikey on the tackle. Will be 2nd down and 1 from the 36-yard line.
Jones really doing some damage and taking over in the second half. Over 100 yards total on the game. Going back to that 3rd and 5 run, a couple stiff arms along the outside made that 4th and short manageable to where Danicek could pick it up, but another run there coming up just short, 9.5-yard run.
Clock runs under 6 minutes now. 2nd down and less than a yard from the 36-yard line. Man goes in motion right to left. They give it to him on the end around. In the backfield, trying to cut up the feed is Knapp, and he's blown up in the backfield. Forward progress got him ahead back to the line of scrimmage, but Chris Knapp blown up. The cornerback, Hayden Halliday, comes to make that tackle. The end-around run, really the one thing for Oakridge that has maybe been the ineffective part of this offense so far for the most part.
Yeah, they've ran that 3 times, twice with Knapp, once with Cunningham, and resulted in a total of 2 yards.
5:18 and less to go, third quarter. This makes it a 3rd and 2. They actually lost a yard back to the 37-yard line. So into Belding territory, 37-yard line. 4 receivers set, ball left hash mark. Belding brings 3 down linemen. They show some pressure off the edge as well with Ward. Snap to Danicek, give to Jones, up the gut. He's got the first down over the 35-yard line. A pile of defenders on him. He'll drag him ahead to the 31 and move the chains even harder. Trevor Jones running hard, getting the tough yards. And Oakridge doing 2 things, moving the chains, moving the clock with a 2-score lead. This has been a perfect example of how to win a playoff football game against a T team today.
Yeah, I think they've gone to the end around a couple times when you've got a running back like Jones who's really effective running guys over, getting some tough yards, and then Danicek as well who can do the same thing. I don't think you deviate too much from that. It's been working. You continue to grind and pick up some first downs here as well as eating up a lot of this third quarter clock.
22-8 Oakridge. They're up to the 32-yard line in enemy territory. 4 receivers set. Snap to Danicek. Give to Jones. Up the gut. He'll pull away from a defender over the 30 and fall down to the 39-yard line. Conrad helps make the tackle from behind. Line ball also got a piece of his leg. So a couple yards right there on the dive up the gut out of the 4 receiver set. And by the time they run this play, we'll be under 4 minutes to go. I mean, it's pretty much a play a minute right now the way that they've kind of got this clock offset and running its way on down. Gain of 3 to the 29-yard line makes it 2nd and 7. And Oakridge takes a long look back to the sideline here. That 22-8 lead. They'll bleed the clock under 3:15 and nearly under 3:40 by the time they're able to snap this football. Danicek steps back into the shotgun. 4 receiver set, ball left hash mark. From the gun, tailback is Jones to the right hip. He'll give it to Jones again, and then he'll fake it out of his chest. Read option keeper, right side, breaking outside the hashes. 25-yard line, into the open field 10. 5, to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Oakridge. But a penalty marker is down behind the play. Danicek turns on the Jets, but it looks like a penalty marker will be bringing this one on back.
Yeah, I think a holding along the right side of the offensive line is Danicek kept it on the read option, then tried to go around right tackle. Looked like the left end on that side being held up and prevented from making the play.
And that is the call. So hold against Oakridge takes that touchdown off the board and takes yardage away from the Eagles right here, and it's going to take some pretty good yardage away, pretty much 10 yards from the line of scrimmage because that hold was pretty darn close to where the line of scrimmage initially was as well. So they go outside the 35-yard line now, back to the 37. 3:31 in the third. You can make an argument Oakridge doesn't hate this, though, the way the offense is moving. This just means they get to take more time off the clock. So Danicek looks to the sideline. They'll go trips left side in a trio bunch. Single receiver out wide to the right from the shotgun. 2nd and 15 to the 37-yard line. They've been giving it a lot to Jones right here out of these bunch sets. Let's see if they give it to him. Moving left side again. From the gun, Danicek with Jones to his left hip. He'll drop to pass this time. Danicek, the pressure picked up. Now it's coming. He's got 2 guys right in his face to evade it, throw it left side, and it tumbles down at the 45-yard line. He was barely able to get out of the pocket right there before he flipped that one on away. And it'll be 3rd down and very long right here. And we're going to have a meeting of officials at the end of the play as well, Chandler.
Yeah, I think a quick discussion here to see if intentional grounding going to be thrown as Danicek was just backpedaling, trying to escape, but the defense and the defensive line for Belding able to keep him in the middle of the field.
And a very late penalty marker does come out. Oakridge starts walking backwards. That is going to be an intentional grounding. It was close. I mean, when I first saw, like I said, he was running straight backwards to avoid, and he threw that one away pretty quickly. He did not get anywhere close, of course, to the line of scrimmage either. So that will now back up Oakridge to their own side of the field. I don't think they like that penalty as much, though. I'm going to say that much now. And now this is a big opportunity for Belding because now they have a good opportunity to secure a stop right here on what's going to be a 3rd and a mile and a half at their own 40-yard line to get ready to go to work. They need the plus territory 22 for the first down, starting here at their own 40. So Danicek and company look to the sideline for the call right here. 3:22 to go, and it's a 3rd down and long. They'll spread them 4 wide with trips to the left side. Single receiver isolates out wide to the right is Cunningham. Now Jones also joins Cunningham on the right side. Empty backfield, 4 wide receiver set coming out for Oakridge. They're still looking to the sideline to get the call in. 3:22 to go, third quarter. 22-8. Crowd picking up, especially on the very full Belding side here at Oakridge. Snap to Danicek, drop to pass, fires left flat, caught by Knapp at the 40 on the screen. He's got a block set for him. A couple of penalty markers come out as he's slung down at the 46-yard line, and I think we've got a hold on where they set up that screen, but it will be 4th down and long. I would expect this play to then, or this penalty to likely be declined. We'll see.
Just a quick throw out to the flat, trying to get the ball into the hands of Knapp and see what he can do from there, but flag on the outside looked like a hold on the receiver to that strong side, trying to create a space for his receiver Knapp to go.
Penalty is a hold. It is declined, and we will see for the first time today, Oakridge stopped offensively and forced to punt it away. So 3:16 to go, third quarter. Belding's defense finally gets a stop. A lot of time came off the clock, but they will get the football back right here. Danicek will be the one to punt this one away. Belding does not have a man back to return right here. Now they will late send Mikey. Snap to Danicek. Right leg through the ball. Low, twisting, tumbling punt on a hard angle. Kicks down at the 25-yard line. Rolls inside the 15. And the Eagles will down this one at the 11. Really nice punt by Danicek as Belding's offense gets ready to roll on the field right here. 2:52, third quarter, 22-8. The Black Knights, they get a stop. They have some life right here, but if they're going to be able to execute on having life, they're going to have to find a way to put points on the board, and they have not seen overly much movement offensively, especially in the second half, of course.
Yeah, defense making a stand there, getting some help from some penalty calls as well, but they'll take it. Now the offense needing to step up here as well. A couple drives that they've gone 3 and out, just needing to find something to get the ball moving and at least get this drive started.
All right, Szubinski and company out of a 1 wide receiver T formation. Get ready to go to work. Snap to Szubinski, straight drop to pass, fires left side, caught Mikey, 15-yard line, turns away from defender over the 20. He's got the first down to the 22-yard line. Good job to move the chains right there before the tackle was made by the linebacker, Julian Primer. So a quick chain-moving throw in the flat is made. We go under 2:40 in the third quarter, and a 1st and 10 down 22-8 for Belding at their own 22.
Yeah, quick throw, just get the ball out to your one receiver, Mikey. Able to catch it and turn it upfield. And now Belding going a little more up-tempo.
Split on the left side, T formation, single tight end right. Szubinski give right side on a stretch play to Batter. He's looking to break it outside, cuts it up at the 20. He's got the 25-yard line, broke a tackle over the 30, and is slung down after getting the first down on the 36-yard line. It's Jones on the tackle, but aside Batter cuts it up on the stretch play, and back-to-back chain-moving plays for Belding. Down 2 scores. We'll go inside 2 minutes in the third quarter, but the Black Knights got some movement up to the 37.
Most successful run of the night. Batter had been shut down for the most part, held the 9 rushing yards before that run, stretching it as far as he could, looking for a lane and eventually finding one.
1st and 10 on 37. They bring Ward in for McNeil at the fullback position. Szubinski under center. Offense comes set. Give on to McNeil, or on to Conrad. He'll bust it over the 40, break a tackle, and push the pile ahead to the 46-yard line for a good gain on first down. Again, we have a discrepancy between the 45 and 46-yard line. The mark will be the 45. It'll be 2nd down and 2 from the 45. Minute and a half to go, clock running down, third quarter, 22-8. Belding will break it out. Single receiver Mikey goes out wide to the left side. They go T behind him. Conrad, Ward, Batter behind Szubinski. Snap to Szubinski. Straight drop to pass. Fires left side. Batted down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 2 from the 45-yard line. Clock stops with 1:08. And Szubinski, of course, as mentioned earlier, shorter quarterback, 5'7", kind of a quick, tight throwing motion. And that one batted down right away as he tries to fire it quick to the flat to Mikey.
Yeah, Jones on the outside, able to read the eyes of Szubinski, trying to get the ball out quickly to the left side. Just jumps up, knocks the ball down before it can get across the line of scrimmage.
1:08 third quarter, they'll run it out to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 2 from their own 45, down a couple of scores. Szubinski under center, single receiver left out of the tee. Snap to the junior quarterback. Give to Batter, taken. He'll drive the pile over the first down marker. He's got it ahead to the 48-yard line. That'll move the chains. Will also move inside, 1 minute to go. Good tough run right there as a chain mover. Give him the 49. 1st and 10. Szubinski quickly in from the sideline of the call. This is the fastest we've seen Belding move all game. I mean, they know with the pace of the Oakridge offense as well, they're going to have to try to score quickly to be able to get a couple attempts right here. 42 seconds and less. Third quarter, 22-8 Oakridge. We've not had any stoppage so far in this third quarter. Turn to give on Award, the fullback, over the 50, pushing the pile down. He's got the opponent 47-yard line before the stop is made by the inside of the defense. Riley Bean, the senior, one of the inside on the tackle. Trevor Jones also credited the tackle. We go inside 20 seconds, gain of 4 in the third quarter, makes it a 2nd and 6. We'll see if they get one more playoff. Under 15, under 12 seconds now to go. They'll run it out to the line of scrimmage, trying to get one more here. 2nd and 6 from the opponent, 47-yard line for Belding. They trail 22-8 against Oakridge. 2nd and 6, snap to Szubinski. Fake give, he'll keep it left side. He had 2 hands on the ball. Now he'll take the left hand off. He'll cut it up over the 50, and he'll dive ahead to the 46-yard line. He strung the play out. We hit zeros across the clock. He gets 1 yard up to the 46-yard line, and we have reached the end of the third quarter. 22-8, Oakridge over Belding. We'll be right back here on Game Night.
To everyone who loves great food, let us make you a meal the Wisconsin way.
We cook each butter burger to order for you and the people you love, so it's the best part of your day.
The best.
The best.
And every creamy scoop of fresh frozen custard, pure happiness.
Pure happiness.
Pure happiness. Because where Culver's comes from.
And the heart of America's Dairyland.
Our love.
Our love for fresh food is as strong as our love for all of you.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
For over 60 years, Earhart Construction has providing a distinctive construction experience for our clients has been Earhart's priority since the beginning, and it continues to be their primary focus today. We can't wait to make your next commercial or residential project a reality. Contact us today by visiting earhartcc.com.
Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio. We switch sides. Belding now drives right to left across the radio dial. They have a 3rd and 5 coming up from the Oakridge 46-yard line. Down a couple of scores. Their junior quarterback, Anthony Szubinski. Lead T behind. Szubinski, fake handoff, rolls right to pass, fires right side, looking for the tight end. Diving grab, unable to be made at the 25-yard line over the head of Donovan Drew, the intended target. That makes it 4th and 5. Interesting play call. I think all the attention goes left where the wide receiver, the split end is. They try to find the tight end, Drew, but he winds up having that ball just thrown over his head.
Yeah, Drew running the corner route on the far side of the field, and the throw was there, pressuring Szubinski's face, forced him to probably throw it a little quicker than what he wanted to, just over the outstretched arms of Drew.
4th and 5, 46-yard line. They'll go into the single wing with 2 receivers right. I can't imagine they're going to punt it. That's also what Oakridge thinks. Here is Szubinski rolling right. He's going to run it on the fake. He's got the 45. He's got the first down over the 40, and he tumbles inside the 35 and the tackle to the 34-yard line. Moves the chains outside the numbers on the fake punt. First down, Belding.
Szubinski, like we've seen him on a couple very effective punts, just rolls out. Looks like he's still keeping the ball low, like he might punt it away, sees the opening to the right side of the field and just turns on the jets, able to get his shoulder down and turn it upfield. Big 4th down conversion to keep this drive alive and really the game alive for the Black Knights.
11.5 to go, 4th quarter, 22-8, Oakridge over Belding. 1st and 10 up to the opponent, 34-yard line for the Black Knights. A single tight end T, single receiver out wide left. Szubinski give batter, but penalty markers and whistles cut the air. We'll likely have a false start here. We'll wait to see that official call. That's what it is. So false start on the Black Knights. They'll give away 5 yards right here, and they will be pushed back outside of the 40-yard line, or just around the 40-yard line now to the 39 marker. 1st and 10, or 1st and 15 now. 11:17 to go, 4th quarter. 22-8. The Oakridge lead. Belding will get ready to break it out of this penalty. Szubinski under center. Single receiver out wide right. T behind the junior quarterback. Turn, give straight up the gut to the fullback Ward. The trap play. Tripping and diving over the 30 to the 29-yard line. Good gain on 1st down. He'll get it right back to 2nd down and manageable after a gain of nearly 10 right there. Good run. I mean, we've seen when Ward, the junior, comes and he's their lone touchdown scorer in this game. Really good on those quick trap plays.
Yeah, been able to get quickly through the line of scrimmage. Falls forward just barely if it had been able to keep his feet and lost balance towards the end of that run. Otherwise, he was going the distance.
2nd and 7 here from the 31-yard line. Into opponent territory. Right hash mark. Receiver also right. Snap to Szubinski. Give to Conrad, the big sophomore over left guard. Bulls right into the pile with nowhere to go. He'll push it over the 30, the 29-yard line. It'll be 3rd and medium. It'll be a 3rd and 5. 10.5 to go. From the 29-yard line, the Black Knights break it out in their traveling white uniforms. Black helmet, Orange pants, Szubinski under center. 3rd and 4 from the 29. Turn, give to the fullback, Ward, up the gut, pushing into the pile. He'll be just shy of the first down. Looks like he'll get the 26-yard line. He needed the 24. It'll be about a 4th and 2 right here based on the mark on the inside of the defense. Brody Jennings on the tackle for Oakridge. And another 4th down with the season on the line for the Black Knights. This will be a 4th and 2.
Yeah, this one not going to have to run the fake punt, just can run your normal offense here, 4th and 2. They've been running the ball a little bit more effectively on this drive if they choose to keep it simple and go with the fullback trap or dive with a running back.
4th and 2, opponent 26-yard line, down 2 scores for Belding. They go to work out of the 1 wide receiver tee. Here's Szubinski under center. The junior quarterback tries to draw him offside. Now he looks back to the sideline for a new call. Back under center. Szubinski back to the sideline one more time for a new call, and Monty Price calls a timeout. Let's build the suspicion a little bit more. 9:21 4th quarter, 22-8 Oakridge over Belding. We'll be right back.
Applebee's invites you to eat.
167 horsepower, candy red, 8 cylinders of freedom. And to think, he only let me drive it once. I've never considered myself to be a lucky man. That would be Dad. He didn't know a thing about cars, couldn't tell a hatchback from a quarterback. But somehow his just kept going, and going, and going, and going. Turns out Dad wasn't lucky. He just knew where to look.
Don't just find yourself, make yourself. Start businesses, build bridges, save lives, raise a whole city. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
All right, welcome back. 9:21 to go, 4th quarter. Oakridge 22, Belding 8. The Black Knights have a 4th and 2 from the Oakridge 26-yard line. This might be to save their season. Anthony Szubinski strides under center. They go 2 backs in the backfield, wing T formation, single receiver. Szubinski, turn, give to Conrad, the big boy, bowling over the line of scrimmage, falling over the 25-yard line. I think the mark is going to be a yard short. It looked like he had it on first glance, but the mark is going to be short. Maybe not. Now the officials are going to talk. It looked like he maybe had it. Trever Jones on the tackle, but the original mark where you saw the side judge run in looked short.
Yeah, the yard to gain was the 24. Originally the ball set right on the 25.
They'll now move it just inside the 25, and it looks like we might be getting a measurement right here because it is close because that marker isn't quite the 24. Looks like it's just shy of the 24. We're going to have a measurement, and this measurement may determine the season for Belding. They need the first down on 4th and 2 down a couple of scores. They needed 2. They come out for the measurement right here. Both sides watching on right here. This measurement determining the season. It's well short. Belding turns it over. Oakridge takes the football at 9:16 in the 4th.
Conrad, the powerful running back, very strong runner. They give it to him on the short yardage situation, hoping he can bull his way through. Went strong through the line of scrimmage, but fell just short. Right between really the 24 and the 25-yard line is where the ball finally placed, coming up just short of the first down.
All right, so Oakridge and Danicek will take back over the 2-score lead. 9:16 to go. They may find a way to burn all this time right here with this 22-8 lead. Snap to Danicek, give to Jones, the junior, runs it right side, cuts up over the 25-yard line, breaks out of a tackling pile, racing over the 30, and falls ahead to the 34-yard line. A tough tackle made by Tyler Slocum and company in the secondary, but a good charging run by Trever Jones, and I think we're going to see a steady diet of 34 gray right here for Oakridge, trying to put this game away. Ton of other great games, I will also say, on Michigan Sports Radio. I'm not saying leave this game, but some great ones. It's 3-3. Rockford Cal in the 3rd quarter. I can't wait to talk to Brock Conkle tomorrow, our Rockford broadcaster, on what on earth possibly happened in that football game for Steele Central. Mona Shores have been a great one as well. We go under 8:35 4th quarter, 22-8, Oakridge leading Belding, and the Eagles have a 2nd and 3 from their own 32-yard line. Matt Danicek steps back into the shotgun. They go 3-receiver set, wing back off the left side of the line. Give to Trever Jones. He'll run it following the wing back over the 35. Broke a tackle, races over the 40, has the first down, and falls ahead to the 42-yard line. A side battering company on the tackle, but that'll move the chains. He kind of pounded the turf a little bit, had a chance to maybe cut it up and get more, but Trever Jones right now might be the key to ice this thing away for the Eagles. We'll take under 8 minutes to go by the time they get this snap off.
Already been a very impressive game for Jones, 130-plus rushing yards. Took over in this second half when he's been asked to carry the football a bunch, and yeah, disappointed he didn't go further there, but he's been getting chunk play after chunk play for the Eagles offense.
22-8 Oakridge. They have the ball at their own 42-yard line to the Eagles with a 1st and 10. Under 7:45 to go in the football game. Snap to Matt Danicek. Give to Trever Jones. He's busted up in the backfield. The nose guard, Levi Lineball, busted right through to shut him down at the 40-yard line for a loss of a couple. It'll be 2nd and 12. Lineball coming in, I guess he's the defensive end, came through as fast as you'll see someone do so.
Lineball sick of watching his defense get run over just immediately in the backfield, meeting Jones and bringing him down, which is tough. Jones a very strong runner. Lineball meeting him, though, and bringing him down.
7:13 and less to go, fourth quarter. A 2nd and 12 now for Oakridge at their own 40-yard line right here. Ball on the red hash mark. They lead 22-8. Belding still needs a stop to even try to stay alive. 3 receiver set with a wing off the right side of the lane. Danicek fakes a handoff. He'll keep it up the gut with a burst of speed, and he tumbles all the way past the 45 to the 46, and that'll make it a 3rd and a little bit more manageable. He's tripped up right away in the backfield, but he's able to fall forward for a good gainer right there.
Yeah, the burst from Danicek, the hesitation initially, waiting for the block to develop along the line, and then quickly shooting through. Stumbled as he was doing so, but able to lunge forward, pick up 6 there, and now make this a 3rd and medium. 3rd and medium here.
It'll be 3rd and 6 from their own 46. They go back to work out of the 3 receiver set. Bisson, the sophomore H-back off the left side of the line. 2 receivers left, 1 man right. Jones, the tailback. They'll give it to him. He'll take it outside the left numbers. Cuts it up over the 45. Spins over the 50. He's got the first down to the 48. What a run by Trever Jones, but a penalty marker is down where he turned the corner. This is going to be a hold, and this will bring it back.
Hold on the outside. The receiver to the side Jones was running to as he was looking to cut it back up the field. Looked like a hold again that on the defender and the cornerback to that side. That's about the only thing that stopped the Eagles so far is the penalties. The previous drive, a couple of them backed up to 3rd and almost 40 it was. This time penalty taking away what would have been a first down again and setting them behind the chains.
You just took my exact line away that I was going to transition out of your commentary with right in this second half. All the scoring in this football game came in the first half of play. 3rd down now and very, very long. 3rd and 15. It'll be back to the 36-yard line. From the gun, Danicek. Give to Trever Jones. He was almost looking like he was going to throw it at first as he runs outside the right numbers, cuts it up at the 40, broke a tackle over the 41, and dives ahead to the 44-yard line. And that will make it a 4th and long right here for the Eagles. 5:40 and less to go, fourth quarter. If nothing else, Oakridge with a 2-score lead, doing a great job taking time off the clock right here. They'll give him the 45-yard line, but that was unique. Was Jones looking to throw right there? He was carrying it in 2 hands like he maybe was.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it as he was moving the ball in to look like his right hand, but there was no receiver or route down the field.
They are going to punt it right here. So with a 4th down and 7, Oakridge will fail to score, and it's just continued to be a defensive slugfest in the second half. Penalties, of course, have gotten in the way as well. Danicek is the punter, and the Black Knights send dual returners back. It's their safeties that they send back inside the 20-yard line, and now as the play clock ran all the way down, we've got an Oakridge timeout. 5:01, fourth quarter, 22-8. Eagles over Black Knights. We'll be right back.
To replace that worn-out carpet or floor, Floor Coverings International makes it easy. They bring their mobile showroom to you. Save yourself the trip and gas shopping around. See a wide selection of carpet, hardwood, laminate, and vinyl in the lighting of your own home. Go to floorcoveringsinternational.com today for your free consultation. Work with one team for a hassle-free experience from the quote to installation. And each Floor Coverings International business is independently owned and operated, so they are local business owners in our community. Floor Coverings International, the flooring store at your door.
Bowling is a great time that combines great friends, football, and bowling. Compete against your friends or family, throwing a football at 10 real bowling pins. You can bring in your own food, or they have a pair of 45-foot bars featuring soft drinks and adult beverages. Visit foldingwarehouse.com, Grand Rapids, to reserve your lanes.
Welcome back to game night and the MGN Road to Ford Field Division 5 District Final. Matt Danicek will get ready to punt it away for Oakridge. They lead it 22-8, and the senior will get ready to put his foot into it. Dual returners inside the 15-yard line. Right here are Meinke and Slocum. Low snap, settle down, and the right foot punts a low tumbler ahead, taken outside the left numbers by Meinke at the 21-yard line. He'll run it across the field outside the right numbers where he gets stood up and laid down. There is a penalty marker, though, down behind the play. There also is an injured Eagle behind the play as well. So there's a lot to get sorted out right here at the end of this play, Chandler.
Yeah, the penalty flag thrown right around the area of the injured player. And it looks like it might have been an illegal block. It looks like a block below the waist ended up causing the player to go down. So expecting this one to be against Belding and backing them up further.
We'll wait on identification here of the Oakridge player, but Belding was going to get the football back. They weren't going to have great field position, but they were going to have something, and now they're going to be backed up deep. So 4:48 to go, fourth quarter, 22-8. I mean, if there's a T offense that's designed to probably be able to get the football down the field pretty effectively, it is this Belding offense, Chandler, but they've not been able to do so in this game whatsoever.
Yeah, they've been shut down for the most part. Not a ton of yardage overall for the offense so far. Able to put together the one scoring drive, move the ball across midfield on their previous possession, but eventually turn the ball over on downs. Now 4:48 left here, going to need to move down the field pretty quickly, needing 2 scores.
Continuing to work on that injured Eagle around the 30-yard line. We'll have to get sorted out where the ball is going to get placed here as well after that is sorted out. 4:48 to go in the fourth. Oakridge by 2 scores. Belding getting the football back. Of course, thank you to all of our MGN partners, the Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency, Centennial Securities, our presenting sponsors, of course, Michigan Sports Radio, a ton of other partners. This is the best time of year. The MGN Road to Ford Field. We're getting to the sharp end of things, trying to figure out also where we might be next week, as the injured Eagle, with some help, will find his way off the field right here. And working his way on off is Kyle Weaver, the senior lineman. So he'll find his way off the field for Oakridge, and now we will see Belding's offense get ready to come back onto the field right here. Are you looking to get your kids active this winter? Michigan Sports Academies has something for everyone, from national-level travel teams to weekly clinics. Programming is available for volleyball, basketball, soccer, and lacrosse in Grand Rapids and now on the Lakeshore in Holland and Muskegon. Visit MichiganSportsAcademies.com for more information and to register. So Belding goes to work 1st and 10 from their own 14-yard line after the penalty there, and they will go to work. 4:48 to go, fourth quarter, down 22-8. Szubinski under center. Szubinski dropped a pass, fires left side, caught Meinke at the 20-yard line. He'll turn back away, and he'll be shut down right away where he caught that ball at the 20-yard line. A couple of defenders standing over top of him. The junior Julian Primer on the tackle. It'll be 2nd and short. The mark is going to be a gain of 7, 2nd and 3, so the mark is the 21-yard line. They'll go to work quickly under 4:20 to go. 2nd and 3 on 21. Szubinski under center. Single receiver T. Snap to Szubinski. Straight drop to pass. He'll fire right side, looking for Meinke. Well overthrown at the 25-yard line. That'll stop the clock now. 3rd and 3 from their own 21. We've seen the overthrow from Szubinski a couple times on those.
Yeah, that one overthrown. Looked like Meinke also stumbled out of the break on the out route that time. Looked like the timing thrown off there, and Szubinski realizing that and possibly overthrowing.
All right, 3rd and 3 on 21-yard line for Belding. They trail 22-8, and they'll break it out. Anthony Szubinski runs the offense. T behind him, single receiver, split end right side. Meinke. 3 down front. They set into position. Szubinski give up the gut on the batter. Broke away from the first tackle. He's backpedaling to the 10. He'll angle left side, and he's busted up in the backfield at the 8-yard line. A huge hit thrown from Trever Jones. A big loss of yardage, and a 4th and very, very long coming up as Jones absolutely lights up a side batter deep in the backfield.
Slow developing handoff to batter. Bounced off the tackle, but would have been better off going down there as the momentum carried him backwards, and then was just trying to run for his life, make something happen. Ended up losing even more yardage.
That will make it a 4th and 15 as Belding will call a timeout with 3:41 in the fourth. They have to draw something up here to save their season on 4th and 15. What is the most memorable, best, and favorite sports event that you've witnessed in West Michigan or involving West Michigan teams and athletes? Check out all the questions that you can help answer as the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame celebrates their 50th anniversary at grshof.com. And for a game recap of tonight's game, make sure you go to michigansportsradio.com. We also have standings, schedules, and live scoring. We've got our eye out for the Centennial Securities Player of the Game and the Lakeshore Sewing Threading the Needle Play of the Game, both of which we will hand out during our Scott Bates Farmers Clock. And Belding backed up to their own 9-yard line, have a 4th and 9. They trail 22-8, and this is truly their last chance. We said that a moment ago when they had their last drive, but now that truly is the case. They will go to work with 2 wide receivers spread to the right side. Coden McNeil will join Owen Meinke out wide to the right side, and they operate from a short shotgun. Here's the snap, rolling right to pass here. Now tucking down and running is Szubinski. He's twisted down at the 9-yard line. The ball came twisting free. It looks like Belding may have fallen on it, but it doesn't matter as Oakridge gets the football inside the 10-yard line, and that will just about do it. 3.5 to go. Oakridge football. Another big defensive stand by the Eagles.
Szubinski rolling out to his right, had a couple of receivers streaking down the field. Both appeared to be covered, but Szubinski trying to buy some time, ended up getting chased down and brought down right at the line of scrimmage before the ball came out.
Looks like we are looking at another district championship coming up for this Eagles program. They have 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. Matt Danicek will run them out to the line. 22-8. All of our scoring in this game came in the first half. Trever Jones, who had the big hit a moment ago, the tailback to the left hip of the quarterback, and they'll give it to him right side. We're stretching outside at the 15, at the 10-yard line. Cuts up at the 5, racing to the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Oakridge. Trever Jones in for the 2nd time today, and the Eagles have put it away. 28-8.
Fitting that Jones one having a huge game for the Eagles offense here. 148 rushing yards now, getting the first carry after the turnover, punching it in the end zone, extending the lead for Oakridge.
Eagles keep the offense on the field, and we'll get ready to go for 2. A 20-point lead. They'll try and add 2 more to that right here. 3:24 in the 4th quarter. And a 2-point conversion coming up. 3 receivers set. Wing off the right side of the line. 2 receivers right. Snap to Danicek. Throws left side. Looking for the corner of the end zone. Leaping grab. Maitland through the rain. Taps the toes. Hangs on to the football. 30-8 Oakridge with 3:24 in the 4th. And just as they do that, a bit of a downpour, and the skies open up as Oakridge has put this one away. We'll be right back here from Muskegon.
Can you name the 10 winners of the Nobel Peace Prize or the last 5 Miss Americas? The point is the applause dies and the achievements are forgotten. But can you name 3 friends who helped you through tough times or teachers who encouraged you in school? We remember those who make a difference in our lives. I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities. What matters to us are the personal relationships we have with our clients, helping them build a secure financial future. As a Centennial Securities customer, you know what I mean. If you're not, isn't it about time?
Member SIPC and FINRA.
Daniel the deer danced everywhere. He pranced through fields and jigged through rivers. Then he saw it. What a stage! A place no deer had dared dance before. The hood of a brand new car.
Hey, my car!
And the car was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Deer Dance Floor, December 1st, 2014. Talk to a farmer's agent. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Contact the Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441.
And welcome back. Flynn return, gets Belding just past the 20-yard line. 3:16 to go. Nate Trier with Chandler Timmer tonight in CT, 30-0. Trever Jones adds a score and adds a little bit more consternation, I think, for us in terms of handing out our Centennial Securities Player of the Game at the end of this one, as he adds his 2nd score of this contest along with the defensive hit of the game that came on the possession before. So Belding back out. They now trail 30-8, and they'll get ready to run their offense likely one final time this season right here. Szubinski will break them out from the 23. 1st and 10. They go to work, single receiver. Meinke out wide to the right side. They go Trips, of course, in the full house T backfield behind the quarterback Szubinski. Offsets the right foot in front of the left as he slides under center. Offense quick comes set. Gave it on here to the charging fullback Jack Ward, who busts over the 25-yard line. Check, that's actually Flynn taking it ahead to the 27. We go under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter, 30-8. This one just about locked up, but I tell you what, Oakridge, I know Grand Rapids Catholic Central making a big statement tonight. We saw some things out of Oakridge, I think, that this team proved a little bit of a statement. And there have been questions about Belding. I mean, they lost only one game. It was the one game when they played outside the OK Silver, their conference. And, there was kind of some questions about that. But Oakridge quieted any doubts in this one about themselves for sure. 2nd and 5 from the 28-yard line. Give to the fullback Ward, who gets upended at the line of scrimmage and dives right over the 30 to maybe the 31-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and short, about 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 based on the mark right here. It'll be 3rd and 3 at the 30. 2:22 in the last fourth quarter, 30-8. But again, I'll set you up again like I was trying to before the play. I mean, Oakridge leaves no doubt in this game.
Yeah, really a statement, a complete game for them. The offense controlling throughout most of it. The defense came out to play as well. Belding averaging 43 points per game. Of course, you talked about the competition, but regardless, impressive what they've been able to do, holding the Black Knights just one touchdown.
All right, under center goes Szubinski out of the tee. Give to Flynn over left guard. He'll bust it outside the numbers at the 30 and gets gang tackled and shoved backwards for 4 or 5 yards after the initial contact was made. Forward progress gets in the 31. It'll be 4th down and 2 for the Black Knights right here. 1:42 to go and less in the fourth quarter. Let's see if they punt it or let's see if they try to get the first down on this 4th down play and what might be the final offensive play of the year for the Black Knights. Team that's got a big future. Conrad, a sophomore, Szubinski, a junior, Craner, Manley, couple backs we didn't really see tonight. Also sophomores that have put up big numbers. Now we've got a penalty marker down with the 120. I'm not 100% sure what this one actually is going to be. Sounds like maybe illegal participation on Belding on that substitution. So penalty against Belding, and that will drive them back now to a 4th and 7. 1:20 in the fourth, 38. I mean, this one just academic at this point, but we're getting to the end of this football game. Front to return it. We'll drop it inside the 40 and roll backwards towards Belding to the 43. Clock stops, 1:02. Oakridge will be able to kneel this one away and take district title number 4 in a row.
Another stand from the defense there to seal this one up is now just a formality at this point. Couple kneel downs here, and this game will be wrapped up. But Oakridge, from the start, just showed that they were in control out there and playing a pretty clean game. A couple penalties, about the only thing I think they're going to look back at and want to clean up from this game. But other than that, all sides, both offensive and defense and special teams as well, playing a good game.
Mark is the 30. I think I may have said the 43. I think I flipped the side of the 40 in my head. They will start at their own 30-yard line, and they will go to work out of the I form here, which is what they're going to utilize to kneel it down. Snap to Danicek. Right knee hits the ground. They'll have to do it one more time. 30-8. Oakridge dominant start to finish tonight in this contest for certain, as they're able to control the Black Knights of Belding in this football game. Matt Danicek, the senior quarterback, throws for 1, runs for 1. A couple rushing touchdowns for Trevor Jones, the junior tailback. You know, I don't think the scoring 30 points shows how dominant this offense was either. We'll get to all of that in our Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency post-game show as well. Danicek will have to kneel it one more time as we go inside 30 seconds. Here's the snap, here's the kneel. Oakridge, district champions in Division 5. The Eagles in front of their home crowd do it one more time as they take out the Black Knights of Belding, and they will be able to continue their march towards the end of the season on the road to Ford Field. A complete performance, start to finish, from the Eagles in this one, and we welcome you in to our Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency post-game show. 30-8. Clinical, the first way to talk about both sides of the ball. So impressed with how Oakridge was able to control this football game tonight.
Yeah, they came out with a game plan, and they were able to go out there and they executed. They offensively could see the balance from the start, and getting the football out to multiple playmakers there in the second half. They were able to rely a little bit more on Jones and Danicek in the running game, but the offense showing some balance, and then the defense coming out and limiting the run game, which is what Belding relies so heavily upon.
A night also the conditions kind of slippery, kind of wet, kind of cold, obviously, windy. Conditions that maybe seem to line up for what Belding wanted to do offensively, but it was Oakridge that start to finish were able to control this game. We've got a ton to get to, so make sure you do not go anywhere here on our Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency post-game show. When we come back, we'll have some stats and more wrap-ups. We've also got those awards to hand out. The Lakeshore Sewing Threading the Needle Play of the Game, as well as the Centennial Securities Player of the Game. All on deck. Congrats to Oakridge, district champions in Division 5. Again, 30-8, they take down Belding. We'll be right back here on Game Night on Michigan Sports Radio in the MGN Road to Ford Field.
Hello, West Michigan sports fans. I am Mark Kimball. I'm president of the Grand Rapids Sports Hall of Fame. This is our 50th year, and in our 50th year, we like to sit around and chat about all the great things that have happened in the world of sports in our community. I need your help in helping me remember which of those athletes, teams, and events were the most important or the most fun for you to participate in 50 years. Some of my favorite events were the very first Whitecaps game or the very first Hoops game. What were your favorite events? And then I like to think about who are the best athletes that we've seen in the last 50 years, both from a female and a male perspective. And finally, tell me who your favorite team is and what they accomplished over the last 50 years. I look forward to hearing from you on your favorite sports memories.
Founded in 1969, J&H Family Stores has grown from a single tank truck to over 50 convenience store locations in West Michigan. Our locations offer a variety of fuel options ranging from Exxon, Mobil, Marathon, and Citgo. At many of our stores, you'll also be pleased to find a Tim Hortons or Subway. Find the location near you by visiting myjhfamilystores.com. There's one in your neighborhood.
Somebody once said life moves pretty fast, and that's exactly how we like it. Want to build something? Great. Start businesses, build bridges, raise a whole city. Future in fighting crime, and to get ahead of the game, you gotta get ahead of your time. This is your future, so take it and move all of us forward.
Welcome back, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer, Centennial Scott Bates Farmers Insurance Agency post-game show. 30-8, Belding falls to Oakridge, and the Eagles are district champions again. Scoring recap in the second half. Buckle up. It was 22-8 at the half. With 3:24 to go in the fourth quarter, Trever Jones with a 9-yard touchdown run. Danicek found this one.
All right, yeah, I think overall the first number that jumps out is just the total offensive yardage. Oakridge had 325 yards, Belding 132. So Brown Szubinski led the way, 34 yards. Ward with 32, 7 for 34 yards. 21 carries, 152 yards. Danicek had 13 carries for 80 yards, 2 for Knapp for 2 yards, 1 carry for...
We covered Granville, a second game that I picked up as well. So we see a lot of it a long time.
Yeah, it was. It was impressive defensively for what the Eagles were able to do. They shut down the run game from pretty much the start. You see so much the fullback trash can't have in a T offense that's going to kind of wear on a defense, and they just...
Wait one more segment. We're going to quick step aside very quickly one last time here from our presenting sponsors here at Game Night. When we come back to the Scott Bates Agency post-game show.
The sinister cries haunted Mary through the night. Dawn neared, and still the voice tormented her. She ran towards the safety of her car, flung open the door, and a coyote had somehow gotten locked inside. But the damaged interior was covered, thanks to Farmers Insurance. Coyote Carpool.
The Scott Bates Agency today, 616-531-3441. A proud supporter of MichiganGameNight.com.
Can you identify your number one personal trait? The thing that you do better than most others? If not, this may be a good time to think this through. If you're really good at writing, then why use the phone? If you're great on the phone, why use email? If you have exceptional human relation skills, why sit back and let others lead? I'm Randy Hansen, president of Centennial Securities Company. Playing to our strengths is something we do very well at Centennial. And if you're already a customer, you know what I mean. If not, Isn't it about time?
Over Belding, Nate Dreyer, Chandler Timmer. Let's wrap this thing up. Let's hand out some awards. Let's start with our Lakeshore Sewing Threading the Needle play of the game. We go back to our very first scoring play, a 27-yard strike from Danicek to Knapp over the middle. They had to define tone.
Yeah, it did. The first scoring strike for Oakridge. They were moving down the field, and then from about 30 yards out, able to hit that route over the top. The rest of the game, they were able to mostly run the ball and work their way down the field. Didn't have to take too many shots down the field, but on that one, they did connect and open up the scoring.
Yards, had some big plays on defense, including the hit of the game as well. Jones set the tone, helped grind this game away in the second half.
Yeah, I think when you consider all-around performance on both sides of the football, you got to give it to Jones. Of course, you heard the big number, 150-plus rushing yards, a couple touchdowns, had a couple receptions as well, got involved in the passing game, played some defense along the defensive line as well. We had a couple batted passes, a couple big hits in the running game, all around controlling and setting the tone for the Eagles.
All right, thanks to everyone here at Muskegon Oakridge for their hospitality this evening and helping bring us on. Congratulations. What are we doing next? I don't actually completely know, so make sure you stay tuned to at MI Game Night on Facebook and Twitter, as well as our Michigan Sports Radio page, where we will have some information on where we actually are going next. It depends on who's winning these other games all from around the area. Thanks to everyone that's still tuned in to us. If you're still with us, thanks for still being with us. I know all the way to the end, and congrats to Oakridge 38 over Belding. They are winners of the district tonight. For Chandler Timmer, everyone at Michigan Sports.